Just to spoon, you just spoon you ain't no. Take the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, more than to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Panjama, Maryland to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Every ink kept on crazy like my brother to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update to spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, my TV. Yes, my TV. Spoon TV. Spoon.
It's done. A special one from the CEO stand coming with the spoon. And your boy tried it the South. On the beat. To get your information. To the spoon to be my spoon navigation.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you just spoon you ain't no. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, more than to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon.
Oh yes, of course, to spawn. If you want to know what's happening in Monrovia, Liberia as a whole, you've got to do is to spawn. Our frequencies are 107.5 megahertz, 101.1 and 95.5. We are also live on Facebook,
Rastafari,
Phone TV Live, Fabric TV Live, and Support TV Live. You can also catch us live via our YouTube channel, Spawn Talk. Pleasant good evening from Odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. Welcome to yet another fascinating edition of the Spawn Talk right here. Spawn, one 107.5. It is always a pleasure to sit here as your producer, ensuring that you are informed, ensuring that you are educated, ensuring that you get various perspectives and analysis about the issues that matter to the growth and development of Mama Liberia. So welcome to it. This is the space where everyday conversations are stirred with a little curiosity, a little warm, and a little lot of flavor. So welcome to it, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful time
Yes, sir.
tonight.
From the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right at this.
You've got to do this evening.
On the beat.
Still take a seat, grab your spoon, and join the conversation. Because every topic that's going to be discussed here tonight was taste. So, folks, that's it. My name is Yekezi Zobe, once more sitting as your producer, and let me say good evening, good afternoon to all of you watching us. Those of you watching Spawn TV Live, Fabric TV Live, Super TV Live, would like to say you are all wholeheartedly welcome to the show. And of course, I'd like to welcome you to the first segment of the show. Usually the show starts with, the Speak Your Minds segment. Is a segment on which we give you the opportunity to call in and tell us exactly what's on your minds. So, what is on your minds this evening? Yep, what is on your minds? You can join the conversation by dialing the code is star 0777-1075 1075. Those are the numbers to put you through this morning on the show. This evening, 0777-1075 1075. The numbers to put it through on the show this beautiful Thursday evening. So let's go to the lines and talk to our very first caller. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Yes, my name is Marcus Parkins, calling from Bill.
Okay.
What I got on my mind is I'm still calling on a public work minister William Guinness to really check on our old road, rail light and Poiland Road. The Poiland Road is very, very disarray right now. I think the people that are moved from the quota, even the entire rail is in disarray. Everybody comes on the road to sell. Even we that go to school at 10 to pass through the people. I mean, almost like war happening in rail because you pass through the people comfortably. With the people bring the mass right on the road. Apart from that, but the entire Poiland Road is poor. There's no quota there and stuff. Then going down to the William Booth community right there, the place is muddy. I mean, this is a civil war now. If you people coming from the interior, and then they put them in relay, and the place is muddy when they even in the interior. I'm calling on the minister, especially that little road that beyond that Wood community there.
Thank you.
To really see after it to fix it. Please, let my message go to the public work minister. Thank you.
Thank you very much for making your contribution. Let's talk to another person on the line. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
This is Henry Danuwali Pay, and I call from 540.
Let's hear you, Henry.
Yes, my brother. One on my mind is we hear that this fellow is sick. He used to be one commentator from ERBC. Lobo.
Okay.
Lobo is seriously ill. And people are calling upon Liberia to help this man. But there's no effort. Even for our government, for those who taking 1 million, 1.some million, why they can't use some of the money then to save the life of that fellow? That fellow has worked for Liberia. He has done his part. He has played a part. So are we going to let him to just die because nobody got money to save him? If they can carry that man in China and the man stay there, he come back because of money. Oh my God. Don't want 1 million, don't millions of what the people using in the house there. So they just put a budget together to just keep it on their own just for them. Why you just save the life of somebody who has worked for the country? Yeah, my brother, this is what I got on my mind this evening. Thank you very much for your program.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling and thanks for your concern. 0777-771-075, 0555-101075. Those of you watching the show via our social media handles, well, we will soon pin the numbers on the screen for you to call. Okay, that's the number right there, and you're calling us only via WhatsApp. If you're in Liberia and you're watching the show, you don't have to call via that number. That number is only for those outside the country. Let's go back to the lines. 0777-1075, 0555-101075. Let's talk to this person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
Yeah.
Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, this we are calling you from Johnsonville.
Okay, let's hear you from Johnsonville.
Yeah. What on my mind tonight is that the way government is treating us, they retire us, then they forget about us. They make budget and they don't even think about us. At least it are $5.
Retirees from where?
Yeah, retire from the government.
Oh, okay.
And even the private sector, our plight are not being heard. Government, they forget about us. The social welfare of social welfare, they are not doing anything for us. When you're sick, you take yourself to the hospital. There are some vulnerable people all over who they retire and they abandon them. Even social security, social welfare. Some people they retire them for them to get their money is hard. Begging, let the whole see to it that government should do anything about us. We are also time for election, they need our vote. So it's very pathetic.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling and thank you for making your import here this evening on the Spawn Talk. Approximately 60 minutes climbing up to 9 o'clock. Let's take more calls here. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello, are you there?
Hello.
Your name and where you join us from? Okay, your line is breaking up, so you want to call us back. Make some adjustments and call us back. Let's talk to this person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, this is Adama Sharif, and I'll join you from Rahel Fee, Sam Gezero.
Let's hear you, Adama.
Yeah, what on my mind tonight is the lawmaker, our lawmaker then I will elect. Are appealing to them. The disabled commission in Liberia. That is be calling the people now. The money mad because the people now they are disabled people or they can't see. So when they sending money down there, they can do no accountability about it. That is be calling the people now to sometimes let it be going to chapter building the money and so portion the money that government getting to them, how they spending it. Because those are in power or those who in working in the government when government give money, only they one can benefit most of the time. The massive, the other disabled people now they suffer in the street, the begging and other things. They who in the office when the money they can they just share and money out there, they sit down while the masses suffer. So I asking the representative, especially my Bapuru County Senator Boto Kane, please. Y'all call the people now. So they commission and y'all call them. Let it answer question how they taking care of their friends. So thank you. That's all on my mind tonight.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Good evening. How are you?
I'm all right. This is Abraham calling you from Marshall Territory or Marshall City.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Let's hear you, Chief.
Yes. I have something to say and about this budget. The budget that I don't know if it passed the budget, but I think the Senate went to have deliberation on that budget. And Dara didn't have a bill that he wanted, two bills that he wanted to pass. And people are beating on Dara Dillon where he said that they should, the senators should make $5,000. But the Liberian people are beating on him in the Senate. They don't want to agree. Look, let me tell people about Dara Dillon. Dara Dillon he's not Jesus. Dara Dillon, he's a human like ourselves. This man is trying his best, but Liberian people they don't like anyone that want to help this country. It's always against people that want to help this country. So I just want to say that if the Liberian people don't want Dara Dillon to help, let him just forget it, make his money, and at last, I mean, he leave. I think that would be the best thing. Because even if people trying to help this country, they condemn them. I don't know what kind of country we're living in. So, huh? I don't know what kind of country we're living in this place here. Every good thing somebody want to do, they got to criticize it, and they can't do nothing else but criticize.
Hello. Hello. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
There.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You hear me?
You were muted. Earlier. Let's hear you now.
Already.
Yeah.
I said, I just want to commend Dara Dillon here. I mean, he tried his best, but the Liberian people they don't like straightforward person.
Okay.
Every time he says anything in the house, people get on him. He's trying to pass the bill for this 5,000 for senator or representative made lower than that. That the rest of the money will go to hospital, roads, and other things, and they beating on him. So I don't know which of the planet Liberian people are coming from. I don't know because anything that somebody want to do good in this country, the people they don't praise that person. They always beating on them. So I just want to say thank you very much for this show, and I just return.
Okay. Thank you very much, Abraham Deyuga. Yeah, calling for Masha. Let's talk to another person here. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is just Shelton here. I'm just.
Yeah, please go ahead, Shelton.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon, for the show. And this is my very first time calling school.
Your line is breaking up. It's your first time calling on the show, but your line is breaking up.
Oh, ready?
Okay, I think it's better now. Let's hear you.
Good, thank you. So, what is really on my mind is the issue of economic growth and the issue of poverty and unemployment in our country. So, one of the I'll always say that our government not really look at the sector or the way we are looking because we are seeing, right? So our government are going all around the country, around the world for investors to come and invest in our country. And one of the things I advise to give to the government or for people who work in the government to listen to me is to try to focus on creating a school of entrepreneurship in Liberia, wherein we can train our own people, spark innovators and creative people in our country, try to invest in them to bring that innovation and creative idea to life like a sort of a country problem. Instead of going searching for entrepreneurs, let's try to develop our own entrepreneurs and invest in them to see how best that some of our resources that in the country, let them be able to turn to a valuable business like a employment opportunity for our country. Besides that, based on the idea, we look at government are not going to the direction. I found an institution called Brain Liberia so that I focus on entrepreneurship, teacher education, where we support education and entrepreneurship, bring it together to that people developing the entrepreneur spirit and able to turn the ideas into sustainable business. And we hope that.
Thank you. We are slowly losing you, but thank you. I think you made your point. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello, are you there? Okay, let's talk to this other person. Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. Your name and where you join us from?
My name is Momo calling from Fendel.
Momo, let's hear you from Fendel.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the program. I want to tell that brother that President Daladiron to go in the House of Legislature to say that cut down our salary. His former senator, I think.
Hello, are you there? Hello? Okay,
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I said to be president, it not mean anything. To cut down your salary, you need to sit down with your friend legislator then. You're discussing, you talk about all the allowance, how it's going to be cut down. The salary and the allowance are two different things. Even the allowance is bigger than the salary. Your gas lay, your scracker, your husband, your this and that. Everything you sit along with your own lawmaker, then the lower hall and the upper hall, you're discussing. You all come out, but somebody wants to be on record. Get on record like they did, then you come out to be cinema. But you see that, bro, you don't even know where you're coming from.
Thanks for calling. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
My friend, brother, good evening to you.
Okay, please go ahead. Let's hear you out.
My name is I'm Mohammed Mkane, and I speak from the Buju Island Balasa Community District number 16.
Yeah.
What is on my mind? I want to appeal to our disabled, our vision impaired brother and sister, our colleagues, whatsoever grievances or differences they have against somebody, let it put aside, and come on the round table. We all can come on the round table and come together as a one team to push the agenda on the floor to see how best the entire disabled organization can move forward. Because putting a group of people then on the side, look at what happened today. Police put gas. Look, let me be honest. Yesterday, if I'm not able to run the path for the end there, okay? But I had to come back because I not even end there the program there yesterday because of what was going on yesterday. And this thing is very much embarrassing within our society because even people who are physically fit, police are using tear gas on them. Okay? Beating some people who are physically fit will be in a condition. Then what you think we as a disabled, what you think about vision impaired, like some of us, and you see it. So I think the IG need to call some of the guys then that were even using tear gas on our colleagues, okay? Even on some of us, okay? I think someone need to call the guys then to even ask someone a question. See it? Because it is embarrassing within our society, very seriously.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And your name?
Yeah, I'm CJ Mayala.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just calling to give my little input. Everybody got so many things to say about Liberia, but when it comes to me, I travel twice every year. So I noticed from the airport, I don't remember since if I think that in power. Look, just to be clear from the start, I'm not European or Tunisian, but we observe, we the travelers. Since I've been traveling, I don't ever remember, paying money. You know what I mean? Like putting money up in the pocket at the airport in the potato position. So that's just my little input compared to the previous, administration.
All right, thank you. Thank you for calling.
We should give the president a
Thank you very much, Nelson. Let them move on.
Thank you.
Even somebody is doing good, we should never give the praise that they deserve. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. See you. Welcome.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
How many minutes you giving the man to talk?
I get a bit.
You saying thank you, the man again. You tell the man thank you, you still can leave the line. I don't know you, I know why you keeping that man when I your brother-in-law. I heard that you your brother-in-law, Yagazi. Hey, Yagazi.
It's not. I don't even know it.
You got a man like your brother-in-law now, so you keep him on. Yagazi Zuobe. Now when you bag that I carry they put me carry run away. Come on, man, you're picking up. They put me run away, man. Yeah. Man, that's Pontago. What big
the boy made me run away, or are you the one made me run away?
Oh,
you won't put on the people?
Yeah, I can see the man come fast. The man I made him run away. Remember, we are. We going nowhere. We are. You see it? See you. We are. Thank you. I mean, zero tonight. Whenever I put a t-shirt on, you can see, as a CEO, you know it's finished. C'est fini. Who killed Aqua Folklore, the managing director of Boulevard Palace? Who killed him? Was it suicide? And I can announce to you we have the autopsy report. Kyle, we do. We have the autopsy report. We have the press statement from the Minister of Justice. And I spoke to the wife of the late managing director, Antoine. And by God's grace, she will be speaking to us tonight. What's actually happening? So I want to ask people, because I'm in such a big zigzag right now. We got a lot of stuff happening. So what time is it? We got 2 more minutes. So I'm going to mess with Kanye a little bit. Yeah, you're saying
you can try.
Yeah, let me mess with Kanye a little bit. Because this
by all means, you can try.
This is so important. The guy is coming on tomorrow. The man say you running the centers in as an independent, and oh yeah, okay, all right, I'll do this later. All right, the man say you run the thing that woman. I mean, you the Lord of the gospel.
I'm not going to be sidetracked by that anyway. So by all means, go ahead.
It's not mean the man coming to say something. They are saying you are the law, you are the gospel, you are the Genesis, you are the revelation, you are the man from yesterday. They're saying you call the shot. Everybody must say yes, sir, to you. Hail the king. And I'm not the one that's saying that. I'm going to call, he's going to come on the show tomorrow. But I spoke to.
But what do you expect? What do you expect?
What you mean? What you mean? What do I expect?
I mean, the man left. What do you expect? To come be singing hallelujah and praises where he left?
No,
and the stuff is very right.
No, the question is why he left. How did he leave? It's not only him. I spoke to 2 other executive members from Minnesota.
But let me tell you something, Stanton.
You
run Spoon, right? And I want to believe that if any of your staff or members of your organization had an issue, they will engage with you. There are proper channels. I know you're that type of guy. They wouldn't go out there and start maligning Spoon, calling you names, and then instead of engaging through proper structure, that's immature. And if you come on the show tomorrow, it's just a further display of a lack of emotional intelligence and immaturity. Because even if folks are looking at him like,
you're talking about immaturity, more intelligent. Why you laugh? Why you run away?
Because you weren't treating me fairly. I told you. I said you weren't. You were supposed to be the umpire.
You talk about immaturity, but you wasn't. You yourself, you ran away because you were immature.
No, I did not. I felt like
the show was about everybody speaking. We gave you over 6 minutes to talk. And you want us to give you the last 24 minutes. We couldn't do that.
No, that's not what I was asking. And you knew that's not what I was asking. You interrupted me every point of my presentation. You protected that guy like he was the golden child, the second coming of Jesus Christ. And then when I was trying to wrap it, like, oh, let the man come in again, because you knew I was making the points. And you're just trying to protect him. He's not a baby.
Yes, that the main Kanye, you wasn't paying attention. What I told you then, I said, Kanye, allow him to close because he just took off from the job. He stepped outside. allow him to close, then we continue with you. That's exactly what I said. But you were insisting that you needed to speak and he should leave his 5 to 11 job to stay on the show with you. And we
but in Liberia, better. I mean, it's more important than the 5 to 11. Now, why he took his time and he coming back on Friday to talk about it again?
Because it's more important for you because what happened? You are a consultant for both the LDCC and NAFA. I mean the road front. You are the chief of staff.
I'm not.
Let me finish. You can object. You can make correction,
but
right?
I'm objecting now because that's not true.
But you interrupted me. Allow me to finish, brother.
Oh, you see again? That's exactly what you continuously did to me when this guy was making all those false allegations against our organization, against me, and you were just interrupting me all along the way. And then you said, okay,
why you ran away? That's a question everybody asking. Why you ran away? You ran away.
No, I think I shouldn't have left. Like, even some of the colleagues were like, I think you should have stayed and further clarified. But I was being frustrated. You were frustrating me. Like, yeah, you were. Because
you being frustrated? You telling me you call yourself Kendall Barbara, the spokesman, a former spokesperson of the CDC. I made you frustrated. Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, like the Liberian things that the guy did, don't they get frustrated?
Who am I to make you to leave the show? Who am I to get under your skin? You know
well,
what?
You are the CEO. You are the muter of mics. You are the interrupter of speakers. You are the one who can put people in the back. You the one, you can frustrate people. So you knew what you were doing. You kept interrupting me. And at the point you were giving, you even said and then now you're gonna bring the guy back on Friday. I don't know what else y'all want to talk about, but I mean,
so are you appealing? You don't want me to bring him back, right?
Oh no, I'm a believer in free speech.
My man, do the needful. I will not bring him back. Do the needful.
No, let the man come. You see, let the man come. No, CEO, I believe that every time he comes and maligns the organization, he's just exposing himself further. So I want him to continue to come.
The problem with your organization, and I want to give you a chance to explain because we got a lot to talk about today. The problem with your organization is that the people are not being treated fair. That's the argument.
Who people then?
But listen now, some of your leaders, it's okay when you want to endorse anybody. But I think you yourself, you're not doing a better job. You need to explain to the Liberian people, you need to explain to the Liberian people, right, that you have met other opposition leaders. And maybe people will understand you are not only supporting Joseph Yuma Baka and the government. I think that's people think that you have not met Musa, you have not met Cummings, you have not asked to meet other opposition leaders. If you have, you got to say it. Whether they meet you or not, or they give you calope, you got to let the people know.
I like that word, calope. But you know, it's a beautiful point you making there, CEO, because look, during our launching, even when I came into the country, I reached out to Janga Cole, the chairperson of the CDC, the biggest opposition political party. We spoke. Janga said, look, it's good to get together. We set a lunch meeting. After we set the meeting, I called Janga. Janga has refused to answer his call. Repeatedly, he was invited to our launching. He didn't show up. At least Delon had the courtesy that when he confirmed he would be there, he couldn't come. Later on, he called and he apologized. So Delon also was invited. Musa Hassan Belete, I had a conversation. He said he was going to come. So all these people is all just grandstanding. They're in the midst of all of them being informed. They don't show up. The president musters the leadership. He steps up. He said, "Look, I'm going to give you." They're going to be crying all
around. Listen, Kayo. And this is me, Kayo, right? And that's why I have no friends and I have no enemies. Maybe they are out there for me. I don't consider them to be my enemies.
I'm your friend.
Right?
I want to know if I can tell you the truth.
Yeah. But let me say this to you. I just gave you a way in which you can make people understand You're not only talking to Joseph Yima Baka and Unity Party. You calling Janga Ko name. Nobody knew that you met Janga Ko, you call him, or you ask him that you guys should meet. You telling us about Musa Benete and Delon and other people. You need to explain the story. But what you are doing is like Jade. When the beginner get up behind the house to cook the John before you clap. Yeah? And JBC, and that's the problem. You got to let the people know that the centrism movement engaging political leaders all across the aisle. The people feel comfortable.
But we always see that. It's like other people are just twisting it for their own gain, CEO. We've always said that. What they want us to do, which we will not do, is to just blanketly criticize the government, even when good things are happening. I'm not going to do that. That was the problem that James had. James' point was, he thinks we're going soft on the government. We should, what the word he used, we should take a struggle against the government. Like I said, what kind of struggle is that? I'm like, look, balanced advocacy, highlight what is good. And he kept coming on these things. He even sent me some dossier that he had a civil society group that had done a study around corruption, and they want to launch a campaign. And I said to him, look, you work with other people. Look, inform them if you're going to do this and you're the head of the diaspora network, they deserve to know. He told me flat out that he was just telling me he didn't need to tell the other people on the steering committee. So clearly, there was already a motive here, because from the beginning, we sat down and discussed how the centrism movement will engage. He knew this. Why he wanted to shoot later on when you know the centrism movement?
Yeah, but brother, I will say this to you. You are to be blamed. You are the leader. It starts with you, it ends with you. I do believe, muster the courage, you are to be blamed. Do that which is right. Gather your folks. Let them know that you mean business. You're reaching across the aisle to all opposition, imposition. Your message will go across. This is what I do. I can pick up the phone and call anybody in and out of the government. Two things will happen. They either answer or they don't answer. And when they don't answer, one thing happens. I will send out a text message and say, you got to answer me. Because thereafter, they know where I'm going. So everybody talk to me.
But Cesar, you made a point. In fact, you were the one who even brought it back to me when we were speaking, even prior to the show. And I said, look, I've spoken to these people. They were what's the highest, way I could give them like a recognition. They were invited and given the opportunity to even speak on special guests. In fact, you know what Delon said to me when we spoke on the phone? He said, hey, you were messing with me the other day. I'm coming to your program and I'll mess with you in for all of your folks. And I said, that's what we want. Come. This is me and Delon talking. But I think they had a Liberty Party event that day. That's why he did not come. But he apologized. Now, all the other folks who are invited, they don't say nothing, but they want to come when the president gives us the audience. And he says to us, look, I don't want you lying to me. I want like constructive critique. This is what we need. And then they get mad because the president gives us a platform when they were invited and they chose not to show up and the record is there. Ask anyone in the court, Janga, to court Delon. Ask Musa Hassan Belete. Liar say my witness is behind the house. They were all spoken to. But the president will call us, then we say no, because of what?
Before we say hi to our friend and brother Emmanuel George, I would say to you, Kanyo, don't give up. If it's your passion, you mean well for the centrism, keep on pushing. With or with us, keep on pushing, don't give up. Because
we're not giving up. It's not giving up is not an option, CEO.
You just left. What you say, Yegazi? You talking to us, Yegazi? Are you okay? Okay. This thing that you're talking about, I just want to say to you, Kanyo, it happens, right? Something strange happening. Prior to 2023 election, CDC beat on me. They say everything they wanted to say. They were after me like White Rash, Jefferson Koji, all of them. We are friends today. I can say to you, I can pick up the phone and call Jefferson, he answered. Everything I said about him, everything he said about me, we got no beef and issue. And and that's how it is. So you got to understand that. Not only Jefferson, Samuel Toy say he won't sue me. Samuel Toy call me and say, I want to care. I want to care. You must laugh. That's how it is. Because I put myself in a position, I better sweet. Put yourself in that position. Reach out to them continuously. Build the centralism. If you mean well, trust me, people will believe in you. But right now, the people are doubting you because you left CDC, and the way in which you left CDC, half of the country that support CDC, they don't believe in you. Make them to believe in you.
That's not true. I think that's your opinion, CEO. If I may jump in there, that's your opinion. There are lots of physicians who reach out to me daily. Even now as I speak, want to join the movement. So I don't know where that you get that impression from.
You can see. Let's open the phone line. We'll take 10 calls. Let's see all of the 10 calls. How many of them, if only physicians you call that they believe in what kind of do.
How you know that only physicians calling?
But I
want to ask you quickly before you move on, right? Even on the diaspora network, very quickly, there are 5 persons who are the leaders of the network. Out of that 5, James has resigned, and we thank him for his service. The other 4 are still there, still very supportive of the movement. They've even come together and suggested an interim head to hold on until they can move and structure properly. And the steering committee is going to meet and consolidate on that. So there is still traction, there is still stability. And all of this, which was designed, to be the thing in the aftermath of the president meeting to like undercut us. No, we've dealt with that. We're moving forward. And like you said, I'll take your advice. I'm extremely passionate about what we're doing because I believe that we cannot build this country if we are all fighting, political battles in our different corners. I sincerely believe that. And one of the ways to demonstrate that is by supporting this government in a positive way. Somebody like me who criticized UP, somebody telling me to go and criticize UP and criticize. I said, look, I spent more than 15 years criticizing UP and the president is on record. What am I trying to prove here? All right, is it for the record? No, let's move the country forward.
Cario, it's good to have you. It's good to have you, like always. We appreciate it. Listen, Cario, anybody can come as phone talk. The day you're ready, you're tired, you can go, right?
No, but I'm not going because I want to let you go free. I got to be here too.
No. What I'm saying is that anybody can come on phone talk, but anybody willing to go back home and say, "My man, I'm tired. I won't be here again." And then that's fine. And then I respect that. But we welcome everybody. One of my greatest.
No, but you need somebody like me, CEO, to be here to also give you small heart time. You can.
No. I appreciate you. Spoon Talk is Spoon Talk is doing extremely well. Through almost CDC government, they beat on us. Thank God the people supported the network. On a unity party government, they're mad because we criticize them. But I cannot. Nobody can change me. That's just me. And I'm grateful to go for it. If I see wrong, I say it. If I see the president and the government is doing well, I will say it. And that's the fact. And that's why the Liberian people like. They want you to be objective. They don't want you to be a fake centric.
We are centrists and we'll be objective.
They want you to be objective. Look at my brother, Emmanuel George from ANC. He tried his best to be objective.
No, he's a fine man. I agree.
I like Emmanuel George. He said Cummings get 1.06%, but they cheated and they say, which one of the political party cheated you? You can't say it. Hey, Emmanuel George.
The day we die, Kuko Jobuku, don't bring it outside. Let's leave it. You will see us.
But Dr. George, you actually said you guys were cheating.
Oh yeah, you believe it?
No. Don't play with my words to die. Don't play with my words to die.
Listen. We got 3 more minutes, right, guys? Well, folks, share the show. Come and ask a good question. Emmanuel, what did you say?
Stanton, we're going to the line to get calls about Kanye.
Oh, I don't want you to be black today.
We go to the line. So, yeah, I can see. Stanton have forgotten that
Let's bring in our brother Vendetta, Mr. Reed Group, the GEO CEO. I don't know. I've never heard in this word GEO CEO and CEO CEO. But we're bringing Vendetta Patrick, my dear brother and friend. Welcome to the show, VP.
Thank you, CEO. Let me make a quick disclaimer. I'm not a GEO CEO. I'm a CEO. We don't work for the same company. You are a CEO. I'm a CEO. The board of directors of my organization unanimously voted the last time with a caveat that every time you come on this platform, you say GEO CEO, it is considered to be an affront. So let it be clear tonight. I'm not a CEO. I'm a CEO. No matter how economic status.
I take it back. You know, let me say something to you, right, Emmanuel? So the man internet becomes stronger, right? No glitch, nothing. They make it tough really. Long time I put a guy in the back, but the man internet good, I make it standing. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome each and every one of you. It's good to have you on Spoon Talk. There's a lot to discuss today. Like we promised you yesterday, first of all, may God bless you, may God keep you. As you join us for another round of conversation, we got a lot of stuff on our plate. We'll be discussing the Pave 4, Aboche. Can you get an Aboche picture? You can see Aboche passed the concession, Pave 4. He said the Serlunga can get $364 million deal in Liberia. Aboche and the lawmakers. I heard that Delon Sarone, Yombly, Emmanuel Nukwe, all of them sounded they approve it. I don't know in this good heaven who will approve such a deal. We will hear from you guys. The next thing is that the late Akwa spoke to some of the family members, like I told you guys. We were able to obtain the autopsy report. So right now, you can follow our page. I'm saying the report. Please do not put the body picture up, Yagazi, because you know it would be a problem. I'm just asking you, just share the document, and I'm going to put it in our chat room as well. Share the document. If you want to see the medical autopsy report from Dr. Benedict Cody, he did the examination. But thank God our sources gave us this report. Everything we want to share with you right now. You should go on the Spoon page. Everything will be shared with you. So as we speak, we're going to put it up tonight. Let me send it over to Yekezi Zobe. Okay, Yekezi, please. I've already prepared it. It's in your inbox. And I'm going to send it, Gatsby. Warning, this is autopsy report. So consider what you're going to see in it as the full report. It's in the chat room. I hope you have the time to go through that. Having said that, we will be speaking to one of the family members who is in total disagreement with the report from the Justice Ministry. God share the show. We put up the Justice Ministry press release about the report. We give our panelists the chance to skim through this report. Yagazi, you could go in the back and put it up on the page, please. We want to say thanks to all of you, and we'll discuss other issues of today. We are talking about how did he die? The managing director, the former managing director of Boulevard Patties. It's been almost a year, and we promise you guys this report. We have the full report, as you can see here. I'm going to zoom in because I really want you guys to see it while we zoom in. We have the full report. You can read through the report. This is the medical report, and thank God that we have our sources sharing with us By God's grace, we'll also, in the coming days, if all is well, we'll be sharing with you the investigative report. You know, the Justice Ministry, through the Liberia National Police, did their own investigation. A lot of questions, a lot of questions, a lot of questions. All right? So this will be our major topic tonight, and we hope you can understand that you need to know what is happening and what led to his death, the cause. Was it suicide? That's the $5 million question. Was it suicide? Because Oswald Tuah and the Justice Ministry saying their findings is suicide and they close that case. I also want to say, former President George Manawea is in America. Former President George Manawea is in America, FIFA program, and then we'll speak to his engagement with Donald Trump if there should be any. Something is happening with the LACC. There's a check circulating. That LACC check that is circulating on social media. This check, 180,000. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, it was given to Elton Y.M. Livingstone. This check is in question. Why they gave him the money? On November 28, 2025. Again, a lot of stuff beyond this check we will be discussing further. I want to welcome each and every one of you. The Pave 4 deal was passed today by Albert Chi, and we will discuss that also. Do you know that the LRA sued? They took the SOEs to court. And you got to understand, this is so complicated. This is the NAFA boss that took him to court. It is a LPRC boss, Amos Tuah, that took him to court. This is Sekou Duclet, the National Port Authority, that took him to court. This is Mo Ali and the LWSC that took him to court. And there's most of them, they say the guys, they are not contributing to the government coffers. And the question is why? They're making money, but then what they're doing with the money? But the Justice Minister said, we are government, we cannot sue each other. So therefore, he asked the LRA to withdraw the case. Even so, or one may say even if, we can still say to you, these guys are not contributing. So where's the money going? Where's the money going? So we have some document we'll share with you in that regard. I want to say I appreciate all of you share the show. It will be a great program today. Joseph Boakai is staying in Nigeria, should be leaving Nigeria tomorrow. Do you know why Joseph Boakai went to Nigeria? Is it a private business? Or is it an official ECOWAS state visit? What did the executive marshal say about that visit? I would like to ask you. Then what we know, we'll tell you. This is Spoon Talk. We talk everything. That's what we say, Spoon Talk. So may God bless you. Go on Facebook and share the show. Go on YouTube and share the show. Go on WhatsApp. And every one of you, share the show. We'll be with you for 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. And we'll discuss issue of national concern. Wherever you are, we want to say welcome. God bless you. Kanyo Bye-Bye, it's good to see you back. You ran away, but it's good you came back. What's on your mind? I mean, why are you here today? What brought you in, Kanyo? Just 10 seconds.
Well, thank you, CEO. Good evening to other panelists, Dr. George Akaras, the General Quattro Pro Gray, my brother from Dalak Patrick's. I think I see T. Wonoke, my good friend and brother from way back. It's good to be here as usual. We're here to share our viewpoints on how we can make Liberia a better place, a more positive place. And in so doing, also to continue to advance the ideals of centrism and the centrism movement that promotes and advocates for balance in our politics, and that provides critiques in a constructive way that is meant to solve problems. So that's why we're here, to engage in a fair, balanced, evidence-based way with the issues that come up, in the hope that we can just continue to make this Liberia better. We look forward to the conversation that will follow. Thank you, CEO.
Thank you very much, Conrad. It's good seeing you. Then bring him our brother from ANC, Emmanuel George.
Good evening, Stanton. Good evening, Councillor Bala. Good evening, Vendetta, Patrick's, and the Honorable Akaros Gray. Good evening, Liberian people who have joined us this evening to be a part of this conversation. I'm here to be a part of the conversation and have an opinion or a voice on what is going on in the country, and to remind the Liberian people of a great opportunity we have in 2029. 2029 is we're going to be making some serious decisions about our country, and we have to start looking now as we go forward. So I remind them, I'm here to remind the Liberian people that we are a great people, we are a wonderful nation. The challenge we have has been leadership over the years, and it's time for us to seriously think about who holds the realm of leadership in our country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother George. Vendetta?
Well, good evening, everyone. And those of you in Radio Land, both in Liberia and outside Liberia, it is because of you that we come here every night to discuss critical issues of national concern. So tonight, I want to re-emphasize the people of Maigibi were promised a referral hospital. The CH running hospital got a fire sometime around 2020. Former President Weah intervened, had a groundbreaking ceremony, and promised to reconstruct the building with several facilities. We understand regime change, and this government is under obligation to continue with that process. The people of Maigibi overwhelmingly and joyfully elected President Joseph Numa Boaka and Vice President Jeremiah Kun, first and second run. This is undisputed. This is not the first time they have done that. In as much as there are several challenges, in as much as the people of Maigibi have not significantly been factored in the government, because political reward is not in heaven, it's on earth. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about the rescue missionaries. The best we need now is the construction of that hospital. We hope that policymakers within the government can pay keen attention to the people of Maigibi and give them something that is tangible, reliable. The construction of the CH running hospital is still in the ears of our people. We hope the Ministry of Health and the government are calling it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vandela Patrick. Let's welcome to the show. I mean, I think you say your internet will be doing good. I
pay for a whole Starlink package. I pay for a whole new Starlink package only for the people to tell me they're pointing a satellite in different direction. Tomorrow they can't twist it right again. So I'm using data tonight. I hope it works.
Okay. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you. Why are you here tonight?
What's on my mind is the same issue of budget, and it takes my mind back to 2012. You know, when I look around the various communities, and we are talking about UP. We are talking about our arrest agenda and all of the things that we need to accomplish. My concern is government overhead, just a lot of waste within national government that has been going on, especially since 2012. We are looking to this rescue government that we believe in so dearly, to see the voice of reason, to do everything it can to cut down waste in several different public offices. Tonight, I will name a few institutions of government that I think that something needs to be done, that even about 15–20% of the budget can be cut down and they can still effectively survive. That's the primary issue amongst other on my mind.
Thank you
Was
very
he your
much, sir.
wife? You are
Gray?
husband?
No, I muted myself. I was on the phone. Sorry. Colonel Gray?
Colonel, man. I'm a general. I'm not subordinate myself to a colonel. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
so Colonel General. Which one? General higher than Colonel, right?
yeah, I'm a general. That's why they call me General Gray. On the front line. I didn't go armed to go shoot there. I'm a political general.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought Colonel is higher than General.
that colonel there, that wartime colonel, man, the one the Luther.
But seriously, General higher than Colonel, right?
Yeah.
But general that the rank of all. A general,
Okay.
you think when they call me general, you know, the level at which we are reaching on the front line, that I lay colonel, you can be here.
But General, there is a report also that you escape one day. Oh. So General usually don't escape.
Those who told you that probably they are envious. You know what the general is capable of doing. Enter enemies to provide.
Okay, thank you. But let's hear you, my
General Gray.
The general apartheid industry is.
I'm seriously thinking, maybe because I spent only 3 days in the military. I thought Colonel was higher than General. I got to go back.
My man, I may call
You said what? How many days? You said what? How many days? You said what again?
3 days.
My man, don't
let me tell you what I'm here.
No, seriously, I went for basic training. I spent 3 days and I left.
Stand on, come on, man. I want to say good evening to all of our fans out there.
Where you brought it up? Where you now put your foot in the army before? No, don't do that. You gotta respect me. At least I talked to Courage. I slept in Quality Inn Hotel. We woke up that next morning. They took us on 4 dates. We were there. I looked around. They were yelling, screaming, and they were telling people to bend down and jump around and do this.
You don't even look like Army, man. Just say you are Pakusoyo. Just say Pakusoyo.
Amen. Forget about that thing. They Noko here can cause noise in my ear tonight. And you know Noko. Now Yapawolo, who gave you gone?
So like EPA director talking about the many way Yapawolo.
You can't bring Yapawolo story like
that. Patrick VP Canada. You and Yapawolo, who gave you gold?
No, the man said Noko, you Noko. You
my
Noko
man,
and you are Pakusoyo. Great and right. You Noko and Pakusoyo.
No. You are deputy CEO, you got to take it, but you don't have a title. See on the main chest and got CEO rating, big CEO.
Oh, man. I'm putting my t-shirt next week.
I'm a general. That's why the seal of the country is engraved in my wall as a general. The seal of the country is engraved in the wall. As a general, that's what we do.
You see, guys, that's the reason why we can't finish one topic because all the Yama you been doing.
But I the one, brother, you say you are Noko in the army.
That's it. Great. That's the fun of the show. Nobody got to claim to be serious and fighting and running away like running away like an AWOL soldier, like a clown baby. Carlo came on the show, he ran away to his mind and said, Mama, they cost me
I'm done. I'm going laughing afterwards. Yeah, Jeff.
I
saw him laughing. I say, yeah. The boys are happy.
Look at the blue behind it, man. Look at the blue. That's CDC blue there.
I mean, you sure you want a man to represent CDC? Let me tell you something, right? If I was
one day I can't say I'm not CDC, they come here and scare me. The next day you say I get CDC blue.
If I was CDC, we will expel Kanye Barbara from the party. You need to expel him. Seriously.
But I can't already need a charge. I think I want Jaga to answer the phone.
Kanye, and I'm a business, but if I'm part of CDC, right, I will be the first to write.
Well, all due process.
To expel you. Go all due process. You don't deserve due process.
If I want you to expel,
you are advocating dictatorial tendencies without due process.
General Gray, 1 minute.
What due process?
No, great woman.
I see why Jonga refused to meet me.
Wait.
I'm a general over you. You must subordinate. My man, way back.
Let me say something to both of you. No, let me say something to both of you. Two of you cannot come on the show at the same time. Seriously, we'll get in a problem. No, my man, you just come on the show. Lead the man. You just meet you by leader man. We reach to you, yeah. We reach to full yeah. You get interrupted. But leader man, that's why I want to wait to you. Yeah. The message in general, then you get fair. You put general.
In the scout.
Wait, God. You
are
saying
call that land.
Agara owner man. Agara ain't get a general day.
Let me say this, right? Hold on 1 minute. Let me say something on a serious note, right? I can't wait 1 minute. I can't wait. Let me say something. Every sedition, as of today, y'all please take my one advice. I know I'm not a sedition. Y'all come together.
What day you blast? Nobody will take that advice.
CDC love a truthful friend. They love a truthful friend. All right? That's why they say find a friend like me. They should expel.
You remember what happened after you did that song, eh? Can you remember what happened right after you did that song? All your panelists they started resigning.
Go ahead, General Great. Talk to us.
Thank you, Ramon. As a general, my presence
on the show, don't call him a general. They may have no security organization. Has been no security organization. A general, I mean, no general.
I'm in charge. Conor Gray.
General on the chancellor.
Thank you guys. Hold on 1 minute, but we
got. But Conor Gray, the man led men to UL. The general led men to UL.
Guys, I beg you. Great. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
No, I will not. No, man. I won't interrupt. I'm a subordinate there, man. You know, I'm a political general. Yeah. So I want to say good evening to all on the platform, and good evening to our many followers, our viewers. We really do appreciate your presence. And my presence on the show is definitely to ensure that the Unity Party has a total defeat in the first round of election, that it will not be able to go to a round of election. That's my simple objective, always on the show. The Unity Party, the regime has failed the people, so we got to keep punching them, and we cannot turn back on them. And I'm very clear, I'm not a political hermaphrodite. You know, those animals or individuals who have two different organs, you know what I'm talking about, or political polytheists who serve more than one God. I only serve the mighty coalition for democratic change vis-a-vis the Congress for Democratic Change. So if you cut my skin today, you will see blue blood running out. It shows that I'm an integral part of the CDC on wavering and on bending. So my presence here also is to articulate the visions, the goals, the views of the mighty Congress of Democratic Change. But I'm excited to see you, and we appreciate the time being brought on the Spoon Talk program. As a political general, you know, it's very important that I'm on this program to erect, like the university students will say, necessary checkpoints against those people who are calling themselves corner, who are AWOL, ran from the front line, dissolve the AFL, and all of those things. Those are the boys and girls that we came to checkmate. So when you see my little cousin here, okay, who fought in the political limelight, he didn't succeed in becoming an office boy. He installed a computer and carried it to America, okay, and he cannot come back to Liberia. So, and Remy, that you are talking to, I'm talking to a different person. I say he stole a laptop and he can't come back to Liberia. Yeah, you stole a laptop. You can't come back to Liberia.
I agree. I didn't say Ebola money.
Yeah, you stole. Yeah, what about you?
Ebola money. I didn't
rent behind you. Or why Bonnie American rent behind you to bring the laptop back? More Ali on the show. When they campaign, more Ali raised the same thing that you stole laptop. You got a history of My man, wait, Fandara, wait, I could fire him, Fandara, wait, Fandara, wait.
No, but this is just an introduction.
Fandara, you can't allow them to
This is just an
Guys, I have to put both of you in the back. Conor Gray, I beg you, Conor Gray, please do not interrupt. I will have to, put you in the back. We didn't get to you yet. Don't interrupt. Akaris Gray. Conor Gray, we didn't get to you yet. You got to be patient. I beg you, please. Chief Fubi, let's hear you, my friend.
This is just an introduction.
That's just an introduction. That's just an introduction, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so good evening, everybody. We look forward to a good show. Whether you AWOL general, whether you political general, Liberia is the common denominator, and we are here to help to drive the attention for the better good of the country. And so we hope to see everybody doing well. But on a serious note, following the different debates in the country, we can say that, look, whatever the case is, don't give up on Liberia, and don't give up on wishing to see the good things happen. That you can be against the government, you can be for the government, but be for Liberia first in everything that we do. We'll all not see it the same way, and we'll all not respond the same way. But at the end of the day, always see Liberia first, and that's the motto we should all imprint on our minds and our hearts. To see Liberia first and take Liberia to where we want to see Liberia move, in the long run. But keep challenging. Don't just accept everything. Keep challenging and keep holding those you give authority to accountable, because they owe you. Your salary, your taxes paid them, whether directly or indirectly. So look at it from that angle. Everybody that works in government is on your payroll. You are paying them for your taxes, your little hustle you do. You selling pekala, you buying one bottle of salt, one bottle of beer, you paying their salaries. So keep holding them accountable. That's something you should know. Thank you. Conor Gray.
It's my time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all I would say is my number one objective here is to make sure we erect the checkpoints that are necessary to stop that gang organization called CDC for coming back to power and plundering our country near beasts. We don't want our country to just go down the way it was. We had a responsible government, or we have a responsible government that has resurrected our country, and now we're marching forward to bring a bunch of hoodlums and child, administrators into power. People who don't know even what they deserve, what they want. We're here to set up that checkpoint. Anytime I have the opportunity, I wake up, I go to sleep, is to see that George Weah don't return to power. The people can get angry as much as they want, but our country deserves better, and we're in the right trajectory. We're going to look forward to this government handing power to another responsible government, whether to itself or whether to anybody. But as long as I'm on this show, let me declare I'm anti-CDC.
Let me say this to you. Gray, you can be anti-CDC, you can be anti any party. I will say this to you, Conor Gray. Please do not interrupt anybody. Everybody have to be respectful and professional. We're not here to fight each other. Your proclamation that you're anti-CDC, you're anti-anybody is up to you. That's your right. But this show is not where we come and we insult and we fight. I will urge everyone, we have a professional program. We all are professionals. So you are not coming with an anger to attack any member on the show, but to discuss the issue. I respect you, and I'm saying it upfront to everybody, not you alone. Let's govern ourselves well for the people to go home with something. So on this note, I want to say welcome again to Spoon Talk. I appreciate everyone. And we'll start with the first conversation. I was just on the phone. That's why I was in the back with the family of Mr. Atwan. I put the information in the chat room. We have posted it on the page, the autopsy report. I want to start with you, Emmanuel, from ANC. It's very important for you to know that these reports are concerning. You have gone through it. I'm going to put up the Minister of Justice report. We discussed this yesterday, and we promised today to put out the autopsy report. Now you have seen what you have seen. Emmanuel, what say you? Emmanuel, you are muted though. Can you please unmute?
Okay, sorry. Yes, Stanton, after reading the report that you share with us, it brings more detail. Some of the questions I had yesterday the report seems to have captured it in the history. But what it brings to light is our ability to respond, our first responder. Especially reading the ending of the paragraph that says that the security officer have to run all the way to the 9th Street Police Depot to go and inform them of the situation that was going on. I think that life would have been safe if we have responded immediately to him instead of running to the police station. Again, reading the report, yes, it shows that what that was reported, suicide, what they have, the police report, the investigation at Habel supermarket, that he purchased those items at Habel supermarket. But the question that runs in my mind, have the police, which is not in this report, what led to him making that decision? We don't see in the report. But again, it was mysterious circumstances around that makes us to question certain things. But right now, again, the questions I had last night, I think have been answered by the history part of this report. The investigative part of the report that shows that it went as far as Habel supermarket to ascertain that it was Mr. Anwar Futlo who purchased those items. It is clear he purchased it. So I will passively agree with the pathologist on what he found. We didn't have problem with the report, the pathologist report yesterday. What we had issues was with the investigative part of that report. And then Kanyo, you can go next. Stanton is on the phone.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in my brother Kanyo. Kanyo, go ahead. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm speaking to the wife of the former managing director. So I'm going to be in and out till we can bring her on the show. Kanyo, let's hear you. They are watching, and I think this is only important to hear from the family. Kanyo.
Well, thank you, CEO. I like to approach the autopsy report from a rule of law perspective. And I like to situate it within the history of autopsy reports that we have had in Liberia before on certain other issues. I may not be able to specifically name some of those instances, but there have been periods before, and some of them will come back, where autopsies were conducted. For example, one key example now that I recall was in the Injured Tokpa case. I don't know, Stanton, if you followed that case. It was a rape case involving a minor, and an autopsy was performed, and that autopsy was questioned by the professional who did it locally. And then we had to invite foreigners. And I think even after the foreign autopsy, there were still questions from the public, and people did not believe it. The reason I'm drawing this correlation is because there is a certain level of distrust between the public and the government, the state in this case. And this is not about the UP or CDC or anything. This is about just the government and the state. Liberians have a healthy skepticism. And so when an autopsy report like what has happened now comes up, which I also read, and it seems to confirm by what I read, that this guy, Fulo, committed suicide, that he bought, some corrosive agent, he drank it. And according to what they did, he's died. I mean, it confirms the suicide attack, right? But again, within the general Liberian, mentality, I can easily say to you that it is going to be contested, because people are going to come out and say, maybe even the family may come out and say there is more to this than meets the eye, and therefore we ought to question it some more. Now, where I step in here, to try to balance it out on the evidence is that I think the state, and not the UP government, the Liberian state itself has to invest more in building confidence in its rule of law structures, whether it's the police, whether it's those who conduct autopsies, whatsoever, the medical profession, so that when they conduct these things, it can bring questions to finality. It can end the situation, and people can go to bed and say, this thing is resolved. And until we get to that point, CEO, I believe that there will always be this seesaw battle of people questioning what has come out, even though it says one thing and they will claim another thing. So I don't know where this is going to go. My condolences and my heartfelt sympathies go out to the bereaved family. I know it's a difficult time for them. But again, this is the country we have, and we just need to try to better it in a balanced way. And that's what I would say on the matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayo. Vendetta?
CEO, I just want to say my condolences to the bereaved family of the former manager of Royal Grand Hotel, state to be corrected, who is alleged to have committed suicide. Well, CEO, this is scary. I'm not a security expert, but if someone is pronounced there and as a result of that individual committing suicide or voluntarily took away their life, the questions are many. What were the underlying factors? We have to establish the criminal history of this individual. What problem was this person, facing? Were they indebted to people? Was it something that they were dealing with? These are all accounts. What prompted this individual to go out and commit suicide? And the police investigation, still reading that. Somebody mentioned here that he purchased these items from, I think, one supermarket. So for me, committing suicide is unacceptable in my mind, but I'm still trying to establish the intentionality of this deceased actions. What prompted him to have done this? Yes, I'm still trying to process what really happened. The management needs to be investigated thoroughly. Was there an allegation of missing money, millions, that he was unable to pay? What was happening? The management needs to explain more beyond what were the characteristics of this individual. This man was a manager of a very big hotel, meaning he has the competence, he had the emotional intelligence, he had all the attributes to manage both national and foreign guests who go to that a hotel to lodge. He managed several people. So he must have been somebody of high degree of intelligence in terms of leadership. But how come he went to take away his life? Was he arrogant? Was he somebody that was abusive? Or he was not emotionally intolerant to receive other people's view? We need to also ask those that were working in the hotel, his human relations to these individuals. When you go through these processes, you try to establish as to whether this guy really did this thing. But
Thank you.
I can't question that. I'm just thinking these are things that stay coming on my mind.
Thank you very much, Vendetta Patrick. We appreciate that. Akaris, let's hear you. I still see you going through the report line by line. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my position has not changed. I've said it yesterday and I'm saying it today. One of the things I said from that, I just elevated it. If the police initial report say he committed suicide, I'm going to ask very intelligent questions. Very intelligent questions. What prompted it? Was the police concerned, or are they concerned? Why would he want to kill him? A phone. I'm hearing the messages were being deleted. Who deleted the messages? Can they summon the call logs in his text messages? These are critical questions. We are hearing things beyond what people think that is just reported. In fact, that strikes some point. This is a terrain that was being used by international guests, government officials, accusations, counter accusations, executive, legislature, and all of those things. Was he keeping some top secret? And they took his life away? These are concerns that we must ask ourselves. I think the police or whosoever did the investigation, that investigation is premature. And I will be one of the persons who want to religiously listen to the family member. And I will not back down on this. I believe this government is behind our mandate. I said it yesterday, and I will repeat. And that would not change. I believe this government is part of that mandate. I'm convinced about that. Because of the behavior of the government, the attitude of the administration, the way they took this subject matter, the way they have laid it to rest until they say new evidence could arrive. Do you need new evidence to summon the entire Bolivar Palace management staff? Do you need new evidence to go in and ask a lot of questions? Do you need new evidence to ask those who are away at that time? Do you need new evidence to go through a call logs? Were they concerned about a call log? Were they really concerned about that? Something may have happened. Okay? And in fact, it's the police who said it was suicide to those who performed the autopsy. It was the police who said that. As part of their report, they already concluded an investigation on the subject matter and concluded suicide. So the Minister of Justice did not hide exactly what the police said from the start, is what he concluded on. So it's not strange. So I hope that the family can come on tonight and will be able to listen to the family religiously. It's very important. I believe the family may make some strong statement or strong revelation, but I don't think they will allow them to get right. Because I know him personally. I've interacted with him, I've dealt with him, been to that hotel many times. It's right adjacent my district. Okay, so I know exactly who the individual and the character is. Very meek and gentle man.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your input. We are waiting for the family to come on. So while you're speaking, we will probably interrupt anyone who's speaking to hear from the family. Fubi, we have the autopsy report. A lot of questions. What say you? What's your understanding from this report?
Yeah, so firstly, the guy didn't commit the suicide as reported at the Bolivar Palace. So he went to Habel supermarket, bought some items according to the security that saw the plastic bag in her hand, and also the confirmation that the police also follow up to say that he also went to Bolivar Palace. He went to Habel supermarket to buy corrosive items that are used for toilet, and went to this local NGO office, and he was permitted to enter. And later on started to shout, and the security there ran to call the police on the attempted suicide, and later rushed to JFK, and he was pronounced dead. So we can be saying, so the fact that they could confirm that he bought the items from Bolivar, from Habel supermarket, he went with the item to the local NGO, and the security saw the plastic bag in her hand. Those are confirmation. What did he do? What did he go buy those items before in the first place? And to say the police should try to determine what were the cause, who else supposed to give you what the cause of suicide would be? Who else will tell you why he wanted to commit suicide? if he didn't explain to anybody, nobody else will say it because he did it. So once you commit suicide, if it was an attempted suicide, it didn't happen, then people can ascertain why, try to ask you some basic question, why you wanted to do this, then you can be able to explain further. But the fact that you already dead, no level of speculation can give any kind of reasoning to say because of XYZ reason the man wanted to commit suicide, because you got the facts. You die with the facts. Unless you left some kind of note behind to say, based on XYZ reason, I'm committing suicide. But if you didn't leave any notes behind, it's just going to become, it becomes one misery that want to be unsolved. But at least there are traces that you can follow to see that he bought this item himself. He took the item, went to the local NGO office, and the security saw the plastic bag in his hand, and when he shouted for help, the security called the police to back up because probably he didn't want to directly intervene to be able to do that other crime on his head. So he ran for somebody, the police to come in and follow up, because had the security gone to do it himself, probably the security going to be linked.
Thank you, Phoebe. Phoebe, thank you. I'm trying to save time for us to bring the family on. I can say that a lot of them on the call right now, but they try to finalize their comment on. So I beg you, let's get everybody in time for us to hear from the family. Folks, we are talking about the death of the former managing director, Mr. Attenwa, a very good gentleman, by the way, that hosted us well at the Grand Boulevard Parties. His investigation, a lot of folks have concern, and again, we will be discussing with some members of the family. Akaris, not Akaris, Conagray, let's hear you, sir.
Oh yeah, thank you, Stanton. It's so unfortunate that the name is Footlow, lost his life in that manner. But I think, look, before the war, we had one individual who probably was our national pathologist, Mr. Edwin Moses, and that gentleman would conduct these kinds of activities in fairly a short time. I wonder what is different then from now. Now that we're in, post-internet system, where the world itself is generous to have high level of internet and those kinds of advanced technological systems. But let's say when we put the risk of people profession to a certain standard, we scare people away from coming forward, those who have any professional touch at all. I think the gentleman that performed the autopsy was thorough. Matter of fact, I saw some level of investigation. They are talking about to even come to a conclusion to go to the spot where the substance was bought. That's another level. But go back and look at the report on some of the things that you can make justify conclusion. I can understand somebody to challenge the report to say, look, this and this that they came up as findings were counterproductive, therefore we can conclude that they were lying. They came up systematically with different kinds of findings, including post-trauma. None of it was visible. They didn't see any amount of torture. They went internally. There was no fracture, and so on and so forth. Now, if you want to disagree with someone, make sure you find a point. But they tell you all the findings, and they told you also all the issues that were not seen, based on post-mortem. Well, who else will I believe? Unless we just want to be evil as a country. And sometimes we have to move forward when this comes, I pity the family, they've lost someone, but we can only rely on the professional opinion and don't take use of it. Liberia is a funny country before I end. I was there one time, they say by 12 o'clock, if you don't draw your water, the well will be poisoned. It came from someone. Everybody was rushing. I mean, that's the kind of country you have. Extremely primitive. I hate to say that. But a professional has spoken. He has done the work. I rely on it. It looks like it's good. And that's it. That's what I'm going to go by.
Let's hear you, T. It's good to have you on. Fangaro, let's hear you on this issue.
Okay, I think everybody that has spoken thus far have made very excellent point. I agree with Conor Gray that it's very unfortunate that the family lost somebody who was a very important person to them. Anytime there's a death in any family, it's very unfortunate. I think that as you are trying to establish contact with the family to come on to speak, I think that would be very helpful. When autopsy is performed and a report is put out there, it's very important that the details of how the autopsy report was generated, it is very important for the family to understand it and to be able to find peace with it. Last night when I spoke about my concern with the integrity, I think this goes beyond that. It has to do much more with, is the family satisfied? And also in the report, it says that the case is closed unless something else, new evidence or something else come up. So I believe that when the family come on, they will be able to tell us what. And in other cases of autopsy that have been performed by this particular doctor, like I said, I spoke about one last night, we realized that after they said the case was closed, we went in there, we had to pay a pathologist who came and uncovered so many things that we, the ordinary people here, would not be able to uncover. The manner, the form and manner in which the procedure happened, I think it's very important to know where the family stands on that. So that if everything that they say in the report, if the family concurs with it, then I agree that the case is closed. It is very possible that this was actually the cause of suicide. If anything is beyond that, I wouldn't like to speculate. I could be seen as somebody who has speculated last night, but I don't think that was the case. I was speaking directly with reference to the integrity of the person, and I gave reason for that. But I think it's very important for us to listen to the family when they come on, and if there are concerns there, then state authorities should follow the concern and do proper investigation to ensure that everything that is in the autopsy report that it represents what actually happened.
So thank you very much. While we wait for the family, I just get we'll have to mute you. Your internet is horrible. So allow us to mute you when you're not speaking, please. I think it's very important for us to understand something. And we're still waiting for the family. They are on the group call right now as I speak to you. Any one of you, Kanye, the rest of you, Emmanuel, you went through this report. It's not long at all. Maybe 5 pages. It's very short. It's not long at all. Attached to the pathology report is some history from the police investigation. That's not all of it. It's just some history from the police investigation. But it's doubtful. I know some of us will play politics, but this is horrible. To me, this report is horrible. Not the pathology examination, no. The investigative report is horrible. So we should be very clear. Akaros Gray, very clear. Not the pathology investigation. I'm not speaking to that. I'm speaking about the Justice Ministry report, the investigative report, or you can say the Liberian National Police report. So they try to separate them too and allow the Liberian people to understand us better. A security officer said, I saw Mr. Footloop entering here with black plastic bag. And we all on the show think that he's saying the truth. You want us because he saw the man entering with black plastic bags, so the man entered there with substance to kill him? I mean, let's have some solid conversation. And maybe I may be wrong. Our security officer right outside my office saw me entering the building with black plastic bag. How did he know that a substance was in that black plastic bag containing caustic soda, or substance to kill me? What is the actual report? Will the Liberia government release the full investigative report, Emmanuel George? Can we ask for it? It's just a little addition that Benedict Cooley put in his report. Just the history. There are more findings. Only that security officer over there, he's the only person that saw the man going in there. I want to, now we can go down the line, because I read this over and over and I am not convinced. And by God's grace, if the government let this one slide as a court case, I can guarantee I have to go, Emmanuel. Let me talk to the family. Emmanuel, come in. Let me talk to the.
Yeah. So, is there more to the case than the government is saying? I know some of us have our doubts, but to some of the questions that Stanton was asking to the audience, from what I have read in the report, there appears to have been an effort by the state security to get perhaps a CCTV video from Habel's supermarket, where and they may have interviewed workers at that supermarket that confirmed, based on the autopsy report, let me just say that, based on the autopsy report from Dr. Cooley, that confirmed that indeed Mr. Anwar bought the substance from there. But maybe the question that may come to our mind, and we'll be thinking further, is that, okay, what is the evidence that he was the one who posing himself? Was he going to do something there? And then what did he go? He's not alive for us to ask him some of this question, but what influenced him to go to this 9th Street place?
I beg you, Chief. We have the family on the phone. The family, meaning the wife, her name is Mofi, and the mother-in-law. They will be speaking to her. We have other family members on the phone, but the two representatives that will be speaking tonight is Madam Mofi, is the wife's name of the late Mr. Futu, and the mother-in-law, the mother to the wife. So let's listen. Ma'am, welcome to Spoon Talk. You are live. Please call your full name. I know you will speak first, then we'll go to your daughter. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. At least today, and some of us can get out and talk. It happened when I received a call from my daughter that they called her that her husband was rushing in the hospital.
I beg you, ma'am, can you please call your name, your full name, please?
I said, I am Josephine S. Kajia.
Thank you.
Residing in the United States.
Thank you very much, Madam Kajia.
Yeah. This happened when I received a call from my daughter stating that they rushed her husband at the hospital, saying that he took in some substance. So I said, what? Mr. Anwar will drink substance? Yes, then she said, I'm rushing them quick. Okay. You're already at the hospital now calling me. When I saw Mr. Anwar lying there, when she reached at the hospital, I saw Mr. Anwar lying there, but she was talking with me on the phone. And then the people said she shouldn't talk on the phone because she myself was going like she was on video call. And then, but in that process, why in that time Mr. Anwar got up, he sat up. I was saying he got up, he sat up, but he couldn't talk, he was speechless. So either way, other family members and friends were there, and then I was going on to talk, they like the video call. People at the hospital said they should cut the phone off. So, and then when they cut the phone off, there was no way for me to communicate with the phone by video. But within that time, Mr. Anwar got up. Then she said, oh, at least he up. And I said, oh, I was happy I saw him up. Then after it, that's just how the story went. And we heard from the whatsoever investigation that he took him substance and he went to Nan Street. Nan Street, there where the security man said, oh, they may drink poison. They may drink poison. He went running up on the street to call people. And he called the police from neck office, and then the police never went there and took him to the hospital, according to what we heard from them. So that's the one some of us know from the first phase of it.
Thank you.
Maybe the how they call himself, I call we talk with the manager. We call the manager, we say, Mr. Anwar talking poison, and he explained the same thing too. And the man talking poison. In my mind, I said, wow, Mr. Anwar that I know, one know himself like that with drinking poison? No, that can be possible in my mind. So that can be possible. And the man left for work and went to work, and he just went and drank poison with for no reason. So up to now, it's still puzzle in me. That's the puzzle we're going through right now. Still going through that trauma concerning that man. That man was a man because when we left, he was taking care of the family that was there. My children, my grandchildren. And for us to just hear that he just died like that by taking poison, it kind of puzzle him. So that's where we are. I know what's going on actually concerning the autopsy report or whatsoever. So that's where we are.
Thank you very much, Madam Josephine. And we know you stay here. And did you go to Liberia since?
No, I was here and we're just communicating while here. That's it. I haven't been there. Exactly.
Can we talk to your daughter, Madam Mofi? Yeah. Thank you very much, Madam Josephine. Madam Mofi is the wife of the late Mr. Futu. Welcome to the show, Mofi. How you doing? Hello? Mofi?
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Mofi? Have my sympathy again. Let me say that publicly to you and the family. Welcome to the show. You are live.
Thank you. I'm Mosfin here, Mosfin Flutlo, the wife to the late Anna Flutlo. Oh my God. So yeah, on that day, December 30th, around the afternoon hour, I didn't go to work that day. I was home all day, and the maintenance guy from where we were staying came to call me, and then my nurse went in my room saying, "Oh, Mosfin, this person is here to you." So when I went there, and then he said, "Mosfin, I received a call from the office saying that Mr. Anwar is not well." So hurried up, put clothes on me, and then we went to where he were. So when I got in the car, so I asked him, I said, "Where is he?" And then he said, "But I don't know where is he right now. Let me call the bossman." So that I called the person. The person said they were to the diabetes clinic on the 20th Street. So when on the 20th Street, he was lying down there. There was nothing administrated to him, like no drugs, nothing. He was just lying down there. So then I asked, I said, "What's going on with him?" And then they said it's like he took something in. I'm like, "Something like what? Is there a way that you can help him, flush whatever that in his system?" They said, "Whatever, they don't have the drip to flush whatever that is in his system, so we should rush him to JFK." At that time, his bosses were on the scene with the So when I got it, I took him from that clinic and then took him to GFK. When I went at GFK, they put him in the emergency ward and they administered the drip on him. At that time, he was still unresponsive. He wasn't responding. But after some minutes, let's say to an hour, he started being responsive, like lifting up his head and turning around, trying to look at his surrounding. But he didn't say a word. He couldn't speak because, whatever his tongue melt. So he couldn't speak. And in that moment, I called my mother. When I called my mother, I was trying to explain to her, and then the people in the hospital said I should move on the call. I can't be on the call while there. So then I later on put the phone off. When I put the phone off, there was a police guy. Okay, before then, the driver from the hotel came to give me his phone, his two phone. So they gave me his two phone, and I had his phone in my hand. And then after that, there are some police people that came in, started asking questions. Like, I don't know how it happened. I just got, and the thing is said, the maintenance guy from the compound just came to tell me, oh, your husband sick, so you need to go to the hospital, and that was that. So I don't know what he took. So, and then after that, the police guy started taking picture of him. I think he was the first person that took the picture, and that picture, when they started posting around on social media, I remember it was from the police guy. So after that, Anno started coming through, because when they administered the drip on him, he started coming through. They took him for the emergency when they carried him to the open ward where the other people nowhere. So when he came through, he sat down. He couldn't talk, but he was making movement and showing signs to the bathroom. He kept pointing his hand to the bathroom, I'm like, what happened? He always thought that he wanted to go and use the restroom. The people, the nurses told us that he can't stand up because his blood pressure is high. And I'm movement right now, so he should release and stay on the bed. So I told him, I said, since you pointing your hand to the bathroom, it's like maybe you want to use yourself, so we'll put the pampers on you because he can't make any movement right now. We put the pampers on him. There was no pee, there was no poop. So I started questioning myself in my head, like, what is he trying to say? But it didn't really come to my mind to give him my phone to type on what he want to say or exactly what he want to do. But he was acting like he was trying to say something to the bathroom, like he just kept pointing at the bathroom. After that, when we put the papers on him, there was nothing. He just lay back, but he couldn't talk. But he could lay down, he could sit up. Someone saw he was okay. I'm like, okay, let me go home, rest myself, and then come back. Then I left my older brother there with him. When I left my older brother there with him, I went home. After an hour, or less than an hour, my brother called me. He called me, he said, Anwar is complaining on his stomach, but the nurses told me to go and do an X-ray. They directed me to the X-ray room. By looking for the X-ray room, I can't find the X-ray room. At that time, he had left Anwar alone. So he came back, and his nurses over him trying to, I don't know what was going on with him, but that was in that moment, he said, Anwar died. So I wanted to go to the hospital, but then friends and family were telling me, don't go, stay home. You don't need to go there. And I'm like, no, I want to go. But they didn't allow me to go to the hospital when he first died, when he just died. So that night, when I seen when I seen night, I was just there, and then people were coming around to sympathize. And the phone that I had in my hand, it was requested, and I gave the phone back. So that same night, they took the phone from me, and that was that. Until the Justice Ministry said that they wanted to do an autopsy because there were news going around, so they needed to do the autopsy. I'm like, okay, fine, you people can do the autopsy, but this man is a Muslim, and he needs to be buried. So that will have carry on the autopsy, and now the results up.
So Moses, again, I know this is hard for you, but telling this story is important. Where are those phones? Who took the phone from you? Were you able to open the phone? Can you talk to us on the phone issue? How many phones did it take away from you?
So there were 2 phones. It was his boss that took the phone away. His boss took the phone. That same night I gave the phone to him. And that was that. I didn't receive the phone back until I think it was February or March. That was when I received the phone back. After the night he died, that was on December 30th. And I received the phone back, I think it was March ending or February ending, I received the phone back.
So they took away the phone December, they gave it to you in March, 3 months after. Were you able to open the phone? Did the phone come back with the same card? Can you talk to us on that, please?
No, there's no SIM card in the phone, and the phone is still locked. There's no SIM card in the phone.
Did they give you the phone without the SIM card?
Yeah, there's no SIM card in the phone.
But when you had the phone, prior to them taking the phone from you, when you had the phone, it was ringing, right?
Yeah, it was ringing. I had calls coming in. People were calling, and I was trying to answer, but I couldn't answer everybody. So it was that same night the boss man came and he asked for the phone. And then I just handed the phone over to him. Both phones, I just handed it over to him.
Did you ask him why the SIM card is not in the phone?
No, I did not ask. I did not ask why the SIM card was in the phone, but I wanted to have access to the phone. And then I asked when they took the phone if they were able to have access to the phone. He said yes, they were able to have access to the phone, but somebody in the hotel saw him opening the phone before, and that had him remember the password to open his phone. So then I asked him, I said, okay, can you call the password to me so I can open the phone? He called the password, but then I tried putting the password in, it's still not going through. It's a part. I tried putting it, not going through. I'm still not having access to it.
Have you received the autopsy report? Have you received the police investigation report?
No.
You have not received any report from the government?
No, I haven't.
As of today, we have the report. You have not received it yet?
No, I have to receive the report. The only thing that I have received is a friend who forwarded the autopsy result to me from social media because I'm not even on Facebook right now.
Are you surprised with the autopsy result?
Yeah, because I mean, my husband wouldn't take his life. I knew Anwar was somebody who was even afraid of sickness. When Anwar had things, he worry, he stress. He doesn't even like sickness. Now to talk about he taking his life is concerning. Is something that myself, I keep asking myself, why did it happen? Like, why would he take his life? Why?
When you saw the body, when you went to St. Moses prior to the autopsy and you saw the body, can you describe the body to us, if you don't mind?
So I can describe the body that even when he went to JFK, so he had some of his clothes torn from on him. Like, clothes was torn up, and then on the side he had some bruise on his side. Then the liquid that was like that I don't know, that were on him, they spray on his chest and his mouth, and then he had bruises on his side. That was even when we were at the hospital and when we went to St. Moses.
So real quick, we know we beg you for a few minutes, so I will not keep you too long. Let me ask you a quick question, seriously. Where did you first meet Mr. Footlow when they informed you that he took something? Which hospital?
Fertility clinic on 20th Street. Yes.
And
that was where I first met him.
Who took him to JFK Hospital?
I took him to JFK Hospital because he was there to that clinic and they couldn't do anything for him. He was just lying down there helplessly, not even moving. He was just there. So when the woman saw me, that I asked question, I said, what's going on? What happened? Why you guys not doing anything to help him? They said the drip that they would use to help flush whatever that in his system, they don't have it, so we should rush into GFK. That was how I told the driver and the people that are working to the hotel there, most especially the red-hand guy. And so I said, going in the car, myself I go in the car, and that was how we took him to GFK.
Who told you that it was a suicide? Did anybody tell you that?
So the news came in as from 9th Street, where they said they saw him. There was a fence on 9th Street that they said he went to. And that fence, when he came out, out of the fence is about in the fence, the house are in the fence, they said the security guard are there. They said usually he goes there to visit a friend. I'm sorry, please hold on, mention one time.
That's all right, man. That's okay.
So he came from the bathroom in that house, and then the security said they saw him. He just came outside saying that he took poison, he took custody. That was what the security said. He told him, like Anwar told the security that he took custody. And that was how he hurriedly brought Anwar outside and then rushed to go call the police people right to 9th Street Junction there, to where they have election commission. So when he called the police people from there, the police people came, and that's how they recognized him, and then they called his boss. And then your boss came. When your boss came, I had to took him from 9th Street and carry him to the clinic on 20th Street. It was from there now, the security explained to them, and then that was how the workers also explained to me, saying that was what happened. Because I was happy.
Did the police talk to you? Did the police ask you a question?
No, the only time I saw police was when we went to St. Moses. I was in a room, and then they said I was going to ask questions. But since then, nobody came to me to ask me questions.
Do you think the police asked the Hotel Africa owner question? I mean, sorry, the Boulevard Palace Hotel. Do you think they asked the owner question? Have you spoken to the owner?
Yes. They asked him questions. They asked the security that said Anwar told him that he took custody. They asked him questions, but I wasn't there. It took them for some hours. They were there. I didn't know. So they questioned them, and after, let him go.
Have you spoken with the owner of Boulevard Palace since?
Since I left the house, no, I haven't.
Are you still in the house?
No, I'm not in the house anymore. I left the house February. I left the house February.
And not to talk about the kids though, but you have you and Mr. Fotlow have a child, right?
Yes, we have a son.
How is he doing?
He's trying. He's trying.
We are too sorry. We are too sorry to hear. The nation is listening to you. Melvin, I will talk to you. This is so hard. I cannot continue with any further question. I want to say thanks to you and your Mom Josephine. I will call her thereafter. You have my number. Let's keep in touch. Thanks to your entire family. Sorry your dad couldn't be on. But thank you very much for joining us tonight, Melvin. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. This is from the West. This is from the mother-in-law. That's their story, firsthand. Emmanuel, where are we?
Stanton, after listening to the wife, again, yesterday we're talking about the police investigation, right? After listening to the wife, I have several questions, and perhaps Councilor Bala will enlighten us on that. First, who gave the police the authority to use a password in the phone of the deceased without the approval of his wife? When the phone was returned to her, why is it that the password and used to open the phone is no longer working? See, these are the things that spoils investigation, I believe. I'm not a lawyer. Councilor Bala will enlighten me on that. But it's the question that's popping in my head right now. Who gave the permission? And the work phone, the phones, sorry, the two phones, were they work phones or were they his personal phones? If they were work phone, I can understand the organization needed access to his information. But did the police get approval to get access to that information? If it's his personal phone, why would they be getting the phone from his wife? We're all invited.
But if you listen, let me correct you before you proceed.
Yeah.
The phone was collected by the owner of Boulevard Palace, not the Labrador National Police.
Yeah, but she said that it was given to the police, and she was told, if I'm getting her right, she was told.
No, the phone was given. No, the phone was given to the owner of Boulevard Palace, and he kept the phone, and he told her, there's a gentleman at work that used to work with Mr. Futu, and the gentleman saw him put it in his password and remember Mr. Futu's password. And that's how they went into his phone when she asked for the password. But they returned the phone to her with no SIM card. So that's so many, and thank God that nothing came on the web. But I leave the phone basically. Now we know it's not the Labrador National Police that collected the phone. That's Boulevard Palace owner took the phone, and we'll put his picture up. Do you have any other thing having heard from her?
Yeah, I mean, that was a line of my concern. The second thing is that maybe we didn't get it earlier on, was thinking the fact that he was standing up, because when the report seems like he was incapacitated and he had to be rushed to the hospital. But from the wife, it's like he walked himself down and reported to this security officer that took him to Fidelity before going to JFK. And that also speaks to our level of first responders, that's a conversation we may need to have another time, because it appears, I'm not a doctor, it appears that our life could have been saved if we had a prompt first responder team.
If you listen to her, Emmanuel, right? Yeah, we'll talk about first responder later on, Emmanuel. Let's talk about the what we just heard from Madam Josephine and Mofi. A lot of questions remains. A lot. Why did it take the phone away? Why they took Akaris? Why they took the SIM card from the phone, Akaris? This is so important to the investigation. But why the government have not reached out to the wife? The police have not asked a question. They have not reached out to her. And they believe the report of a security guard. This is so concerning that I think this is inconclusive to me.
Well, yes.
Talk to me at Karis Gray. You go ahead.
Stand up. There are a lot of concerns. You did an autopsy report. You came up with a narrative of altering the wife. That wife would discuss him. She only saw someone file to her, according to her, from the social media. You did an investigation. It's unclear whether the police took the phone from the hotel manager. It's unclear whether they took the phone from the hotel manager. You cannot do an investigation and you don't have access to the phone or ask for the phone and get the permission to break into the phone. The SIM card got missing. The police didn't ask all those questions. But she said something important, very important. She said his shirt was torn off and there were bruises on his side. From the moment she met him up to the time she took him to JFK, his shirt was torn off and bruises were on his side. Did the police care to investigate why the bruises came on his side? Did the police care to investigate why his shirt was torn? They killed the man. I don't care how people feel about this. They killed him. The wife, who have been one of the best persons to have asked few questions. They lived together. How did he leave that morning? Did they have confusion? Something happened? She knows her husband. People say she should not have given the phone. No, under that condition, sometimes you become confused. Everyone talking to you, different people just talking to the manager comes to you and say, just give me the phone. Maybe she didn't have white phone. It's possible the hotel will have assigned a phone to him. Okay. So the police is unclear to investigate a subject matter, and you do not invite the wife. You do not have a conversation with her. You say you will get to her, and on social media you will see investigation report about autopsy, and they say the family will they will conclude that will give it to the family, everything, all of those things, blah blah blah. Or they poor kill the man, they go and kill the man, they kill the man, and sometimes you struck a point for the security man to just come running outside. Oh, the man saying joint poison. Then credit card thingers who work in the security apparatus of this country, who said they went other country to take training, they believe one person. Just because one security man said the man took substance. The man who took substance, he came outside of the police man. He said, I take cost soda. I take cost soda. What kind of stupidity is that? The maximum stupidity. He just came outside. He won't kill himself.
Let me hold you. Let me hold you. I got a lot of things coming in here. We want to stay on this story for a little bit. It is so important that this is a breaking news. For the very first time, the wife of Mr. Futu, Anwar Futu, came out to say she's concerned. Her mother concerned, her father concerned, her brothers, and every one of them, they are concerned. She said if even a little headache, the man will be trembling. They got to get him medicine to take. But they didn't ask the family, any one of them. I think Gregory Coleman got an answer to this. Also, Twain got an answer to this. They arrived to a report from a hearsay. Because we cannot conclude, it's from a hearsay. One security officer, except the government, this government can tell us that they did a full investigation. That was a hearsay. I still to be corrected. If they refuse to ask the wife, and Kerry, I will come to you, Kerry, I'm begging you. I want you to disagree with me if you think I'm wrong. Any one of you. Let's have some fair conversation. We watched the first 48 years on TV. Actual story. We have read investigative report. So many different levels. They must always ask member of the family grade, especially the wife, or the husband, or the children.
Yes.
I mean, it's so shocking that they didn't ask the wife. The woman said, I saw my husband going to work, happy. She told me, private, she said, Stanton. He said, stand up, baby, let me take your picture. Took a picture. I said, I will make this my screenshot picture before he left that morning.
That were taken with the man dead, that the police released that photo because no other person took the photo.
She said that the police released the photo. But here's the issue though. And all of us will speak. My body is getting twang. I have my body getting twang. Something is happening. You cannot, except Gregory come up to speak, or Oswald Twesson, his Solicitor General, to speak. Somebody giving us a flare report a report from the pathologist. You can blame the pathologist. I'm not going to put this on Benedict Cooley. The man gave his report. That's his report. When the family asked for the private pathologist to come in and do their own private investigation to re-examine the body again, a lot of questions. Let me come to you, Kanyo. The nation have heard her. She's still speaking. Her mother speaking, the family concerned. You read the report, Kanyo. You listen to the wife. You listen to the mother-in-law. What say you, my brother?
Well, thank you, CEO. Again, I think let me premise my comments by again sending my heartfelt condolences to the wife of the deceased and to the mother and the family. They have a young son. I think it's a tough time for the family, and my heart goes out to them. I hope they can find closure during this very difficult time in their lives. That said, I think a lot can be said about the process. Again, I don't have all of the facts regarding the investigations and everything else that happened. And as you know me, Stanton, I like to play it safe and refrain from over-inferring when I don't have at least a substantial amount of the facts. But there's something that, General Gray just said, I think that we also should be very careful about. I know, Gray has made it his stated business on this platform to make the government unpopular as a political actor. I can understand he's from the opposition. But for you to make such a blanket statement that, the people killed that man, they killed that man, and then you have his family listening to this conversation, they are bereaved, they want valid answers based on what is right and proper. And then all of a sudden, Gray makes an outburst that they killed that man. Who are they who killed him? Did the government kill him? Did the former employers kill him? Did somebody else kill him? Who killed him? And I'm sure if we ask Gray that now, he won't be in a position to say exactly who killed him, but he just like, oh, they killed that man, they killed that man.
Great.
They killed that man, they killed that man. We need to move. I know you really want to make the government unpopular, and that's your role, but I think we need to move the conversation into a space where, intelligent people, and even those who look up to this platform CEO for the kind of analysis that helps them reach conclusions, can benefit from what we have to say. So, based on some of the things that were pointed out, and I'll come back to Dr. George's point, I think you mentioned the question of the phone. Now, in such investigations, I would think that the phone becomes evidence. So yes, the police can take the phone, even if it were not the property of the establishment, meaning the office, but even if it were his own private phone, the police could take that phone as part of, the evidence being gathered to investigate the process. My only issue I'm wondering about now is, I don't know if they concluded the investigation before they turned the phone back, because I would think that until the investigation was fully complete, including autopsy and all of that processes, all materials associated with that process will be kept by the police and then released as part of a general discharge of the case. So I don't know why they gave it back very early and what was missing from it. I can say, but I think there's there's something there that can be looked at, right? But that said, I would say that we have a responsibility to advocate for balanced and fair investigation, and to refrain from scaremongering and all these kinds of 1847 tactics simply because we want to make a government unpopular or some people unpopular. We indirectly causing a lot of pain for this family that's already in pain, wondering what happened, and they want some legitimate answers. So let's be objective, let's be professional, as you always say, CEO, and let's look at there are some questions around the handling of the evidence, the phone, and maybe the government should be able to provide additional information in that regard. But I wouldn't go to the point of now saying, oh, they killed that man, they killed that man. No, you know, even at generous level, they so very low.
Thank you, Kayo. To each his own. I take a position that it's a questionable investigation when you have not asked question for any of the family members. You went with a yes to ask one of the security guard and get information from him. That's what I would say, and I like what you're saying, Kayo. I think the government position should be much more clearer. Let me bring in Vendetta Patrick, VP.
So, CEO, let me express my deepest condolences to the family. It's unfortunate that this incident occurred, but CEO, the family has to answer, especially the wife and the owner of Boulevard Palace. They need to be subjected to thorough investigation, very systemic one as well. From her narratives, she alleged that the security personnel was informed by her deceased husband that he drank something poisonous. The security ran on 9th Street to call the police that are often stationed there. The police came on the scene. She did not tell her what the police saw. She did not tell her why the police failed as first responder, why the police did not call 911 to take the husband to hospital. She herself took the husband to free diagnostic. The police reject. She prevent the police from taking the husband to free diagnostic. The first area she took the man. I'm curious to understand. I'm curious to understand why it was not the police, because it was an allegation the man drank something. The security guard were being apprehended by the police. The police will have intervened. The police is on record. In incidences of that kind, they will call 911 because it becomes a state matter. The wife also narrated that she took possession of her deceased husband's phone, and people were calling. Who were those that were calling? Why were they calling? We don't know. Later on, she said the owner of Boulevard Palace showed up. Who called him? Why did he show up? When he showed up, he collected the phone from the lady. As a wife, was she not security sensitive to hand the phone over? The argument is that maybe like work phone. She's married to this man. She knows what belongs to this man. Personal phone can be different from work phone. Why did she voluntarily surrender the phone? I'm also here thinking, why would the owner of Boulevard Palace request, now showing remorse of conscience, to say, you know what, my staff is dying and XYZ? The only thing he sees to request is the phone. What was the intentionality behind that request when life is at stake and someone is concerned about property? That is another issue. The wife said when the phone was taken from her, she made no request anytime, nothing at the time. It was returned to her and there was no SIM card. But most importantly, while this man was in the hospital, from the wife narrative, she was not there when the man passed. That means while he was undergoing treatment, she left to go home. As a wife, committed wife, why you left this man to go home when he was under such a crucial condition in the hospital? In most instances, wives will stay in the hospital to mar the patient because you are the most respected person under such a condition. Why did you leave to go home? I am concerned. And when the man died, according to her, people say, don't go to the hospital. Wow, who are those that were telling her not to go to the hospital? And as a wife, committed wife, your husband died, and other people told you not to go, and you did not go there. Well, CEO, let me conclude on this. I'm not a security expert. The Liberia National Police must open a fire the owner of Bolivar Palace and the wife, they should be subjected to intensive investigation. Very intensive.
Okay, Vendetta, thank you very much. Fubi, you listen to the wife, and this is hard. More information coming through. We're so glad that the mother-in-law spoke and the wife came on for the very first time. It's a breaking news. They are concerned. Liberians are concerned. We do not have 911 phone call system in Liberia, but it's not only the rescue government is concerning. Should we talk to me?
Yeah. So firstly, there is something that we do. We listen to people and we misquote them right after listening to them. Vendetta, you misquoted a woman on some points. She didn't say she took the body to field diagnostic. The man body was taken to Fidelity, and she went and she met the body to Fidelity. She didn't say field diagnostic. So it was the police and the security guard that first took a body from 9th Street to Fidelity on 20th Street. So when she went to Fidelity and the people couldn't do anything to resuscitate the body, that's how they recommended that she take him to JFK. So that's how she got the guide and her boss and the guy boss to one of her friends to move the body from Fidelity on 20th Street to JFK. So let's clear that first part off. But you raised some good points about asking some critical questions. And all I can say in this matter, firstly, she was not on the scene when the issue happened. So the police can ask her question are fair, but persons of interest for immediate investigation will be this security guard that saw the guy go into the fence with a Habel supermarket plastic bag. And they also followed through. They didn't just leave it at that. They followed up to Habel supermarket, and they also verified and authenticated that he actually went there and bought those items. So it's in the report that he actually went to Habel and bought those items, and the security saw him with a plastic bag from Habel supermarket with the items in it, and he shouted for rescue, and later on they rushed him. And so those are points, and she confirmed some of the stuff that was narrated in the report without her being investigated. And so sometimes things might happen and it might appear to be difficult to believe, but the fact that we were not on the scene and somebody on the scene and gave that narration, and the guy that happened to couldn't speak even when he tried to pull through, and he couldn't speak, and later on he died. We just have to take the narration from the security, and with that list, there was some other follow-up to confirm some of the things that I said. They passed it back from Habel supermarket. Habel supermarket confirmed that, and that Mr. Fuller bought those items from them himself, and not somebody else that bought it for him. He went there and bought it himself. So probably there were CCTV camera that spotted if that was verified, fair.
You are blaming other people when you're saying probably. When you explain the issue as you have read it and heard it. If you say probably, you are listen, Fubi. You always say probably. You are insinuating and ingesting.
Everybody can say probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, let's explain it as it is. But when you say probably, you add it onto what is not written or what she didn't say. But I'm just saying, just go ahead.
The one last one I wanted to also put in, wanted to confirm actually whether she is actually the legitimate wife. And because a lot of people can co-partner, can co-share for some time and assume that I'm their wife or husband. Did she actually legally get married to him? That's a question I also need to verify. Probably that would be some of the reasons why they didn't take it further. And also, as one thing was also
you will say probably continuously. The police should come up with their own investigation report and will quiet down all of this probably. That's not my business to answer if you had a legitimate wife. If we got a legitimate wife out there, let them come out too. But the police have never said anything. They have not said anything. Well, they spoke to the legitimate wife of the wife that says she is. I believe she is. She is the wife. She got a son. If anybody else up there is not my business to ask. But a question for the police: what and where is your report? For the Justice Ministry, where are the reports? Not the history that Benedict Cooley, the pathologist, included in his report. We want your full report. Will they concede the report like they did at St. George? Can anybody agree? Can anybody ask? Will they cover up the report? I mean, this is a government that President Barker said open all the unsolved mystery, all the court case, Fubi, the 3 missing balls, the auditor death here and there. Open it. We still waiting. Gregor Coma said 3 missing balls, they close the case. The president and the Justice Minister said no, we'll open it. Auditor death, they said they will investigate. It gone 2 years now, we still moving, no investigation. Now this is a court case. To me, this man death. If we have another government that is not Unity Party government, they will investigate this thing. Because a lot of unanswered question, a lot. But let me go to my brother, T. Wanokai. Wanokai, talk to us, my friend.
Thank you, Stan. My dear friend from many, many years ago, Councilor Kanye Bala, it's a pleasure being on here with you. I agree with many of the points that you made. You are the legal mind here tonight. You said that it was a part of a standard investigation process for the police to access the telephone. I agree with that. That was the first point that I wrote down, and I'm glad that you made that point as the lawyer on here. I don't think there's a problem whether the phone belongs to the hotel or whether it belongs to the victim himself. I think it was a standard practice for the police to try while looking for answers to access that phone. And the wife did not say whether the phone belonged to her husband or belonged to management. She said management asked for it. The owner of the company asked her, maybe she was just, but she did not say clearly. Oh, that's not the point. Whoever the phone belonged to, I think it was fair practice for the police to request it. It is very unfortunate that the Ministry of Justice and the Liberian National Police have not given any further update or communicated with the wife. Since I know Fubi said we don't know whether that's the legal wife, we will assume that's the legal wife because she says she's the legal wife, unless we have other reasons to consider. But for the Ministry of Justice and the police to not communicate with her, and even the management of the hotel to not communicate with her, I think that raises further questions. The family, she didn't say if they requested a report and the police refused. I think that just for due diligence, if they have a lawyer in a case like this, the family should have a lawyer. And even if they don't have a lawyer, they should have a family representative who will request the police investigation or report in detail. Now, if that is denied, then additional questions can come about, and then we can add to the full question that Vendetta asked. Why did they deny the family the report? She did not say that the report was denied to them. So we will assume that it is still possible for the family to answer the report. Now, let's get to tonight. I plan not to say anything about General Gray, but it's just so unfortunate that as a part of a political actor or as a part of a political institution, that you think that a show like this to come on here and be so cavalier every time your accusation of national government without substance. They killed the man, they killed the man, they killed the man, they killed the man. I want them feel. And you consistently say that every time. Why people who actually, thousands and thousands of people across the world watch this show. It's a pleasure for me to be on here. I wanted to be here. And so there are so many people who wish they have this opportunity that we have here. When people are monitoring Spoon, 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m. to midnight, they come to gather information. They come to listen to brilliant minds who can divorce themselves from their personal biases and to come to discuss with objectivity to be able to educate the public. So, I have said that I'm not okay with Dr. Benedict or party, but that's about it.
Thank
I
you.
don't think that there is anything here to imply that there was a foul play, unless the family goes and requests the report from the police, and then they and their lawyer can sit down and say, hey, we have further question, this and this and this. But we all here have not seen the detailed report from the police, and I think that it is not okay to continue to try to please the party that sent you here by saying
Let me ask you a question, T. T, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You want us to listen to you, that you believe there is no foul play. You want us to believe, listen, let me finish my question. To follow you, that the wife and the family will go look for the police around and beg them to give them document. That's what you want us to do. But when Grace speak, you don't like the way he's speaking. When somebody said the police need to come up, they need to be forthcoming, they need to be transparent enough, they should have spoken to the wife. You don't want to hear that. But thank God you're on spoon, you'll get used to it. I have to leave you, my brother. Let me go to Conor Gray, and then we'll come back to our Akaris. Conor Gray, let's hear you now. You have heard from the wife.
Stanton, I listened to the wife, and she made some staggering comments that tells me the man was still alive and communicable to some extent when she met him. I'm not going to start from where he allegedly, drank the substance that incapacitated him. I'm going to go by what she encountered. And firstly, I have no way of making justification. You see, those of us who have done research, you deal with the data. You don't deal with that which does not exist. So people emotion, people suspicion, those are non-data. Clearly, the man allegedly drank poison that he procured from a supermarket, probably in Habel. Is that true? It was verified by investigators to be true. That is one data. Another data, it was taken to the hospital. And then the wife said there were visible bruises. But that was countered by the examination. If you go to the part where it says external injury on the report, it says no external injuries or mark of violence were seen or is seen. So I rely on that data because it was done by an expert. I'm not going to go make up something that does not exist. And then you go back where it says gastrointestinal system. That is the main internal system. The report clearly shows that there was some substance that appeared even under the abdomen, and it was hardened. Can somebody do that? Firstly, when government commission an investigation like this, they are liberty to share it. They may choose not to. If the family, as brutal as this may sound, if the family has any other reasonable suspicion, they can commission their own autopsy. Government will not stop you from doing that. But it was the very wife who said, this man is a Muslim. We have to respect his religion because he has to be buried. At least no more than one day. She said it. Go back and look. And the fact that she's pushing them towards burying the man early, if I was an investigator, I would start thinking otherwise. Well, probably she cherished the man's religion. And who wouldn't? She's been with the guy for some time. And that's one of his toughest parts. Maybe believe that when I die, bury me the same day or the next day at most. So that kills the ability to go and further do your own research as regarding the findings of the professional. Why am I going to belabor myself and start thinking like I'm a lunatic, like I'm not educated, and start finding different ways to say this should have been done? They killed the man.
Thank you very much, Craig.
This guy was not killed. Rather, you
Greg,
took his own.
let me ask you a question, Greg. And I like when you started your own conversation here. You said that, well, we should go back to what the report says, and we should listen to the wife. That's just unique. So because the doctor said no external injuries, you believe him because he's a doctor, he's a pathologist. But the wife says she saw bruises on him, we shouldn't believe her. Number one. Number two, you are saying that she said he's a Muslim, so therefore they needed to bury him the next day. Is that what she said tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So because she said that, did they bury him the next day?
I don't know.
Okay. No, you said you did research. I just wanted to.
No, I said I look at the report. I look at the report. That's my.
My thing is that great, and listen, I respect everybody's opinion on this show, right?
I will answer it when you're done.
Excuse me?
You asked me a question about believability.
No, I was just saying that in passing, like I did my brother T. Thank you very much. When we come back on the second round, then maybe you will just speak further. Guys, Liberians, whom in the brawl, they heard the wife. We're going to do our closing round on this, and the people will decide. Fubi, we have auditor dying. We said this yesterday in the country. We have Gifty Lama. We have the other gentleman. We have Bati Yenswa. We have these people that died mysteriously. Somebody was driving, they bumped their head, they had an accident. Somebody fell from the second floor of the home. Funny yama death. Feel yama death. The way in which the government carry on investigation, you would never come to any understanding. Because you know why? Probably it's true that government has stuff, the bury stuff. But amongst it all, why would they take the same card from those phones? 2 phones. Let's just put it, and they gave her back the phone. So you know it's not a company phone because they gave her back the phone. What is on the phone? What is on the same card that they are hiding? They can't open the phone. This is an unsolved mystery. It is. I hope they can have their own private investigator. This family cannot trust the government. The government report, to me, it's a useless report. I'm sorry, folks. It's questionable. Have you guys seen the investigative report? Not the history that was included in this pathology report. They even said nothing to the wife, to the family, nothing, zero. Something in the same car. Now the man had died. The person that took out the same car, the Justice Ministry, Gregory Coleman, should go after the owner of Boulevard Palace and ask him for the same car. Whether he gave it to the government should give back the same car. The Liberian people deserve to know what is on that same car. We can place it back on the body. We can say, yeah, the man, the security camera, anyone say, I saw the man with black plastic bag. Then somebody want to fire Habel supermarket. Yeah, we saw the man, he bought it one. Do you know how many times Adwan went to the store to buy chemical? He's the manager, Gray, for Boulevard Palace. They go and buy chemical for the hotel. That's the job. You know whether he needed one bottle of chlorine? A substance to go clean somewhere? I mean, guys, to me, the government owed the nation, especially the family, a full-fledged investigative report. Why is it? Oh yeah, the man came here, he bought 2 cups of caustic soda, then he left. Okay, I gave you that on CC camera. But as the same Habel House supermarket, is that the first time going there to buy caustic soda? Great. Since he took over as manager, Have you ever bought custard soda from the supermarket? Let's go around to all the supermarkets in the country. Come on, guys. This is an embarrassment. This is Joseph Yima Baka Unity Party Unsolved Mystery. This is it. They owe it to the Liberian people to be fair, transparent. They do. I don't care what they want to say. And I agree with you, Fubi. The government should be a responsible government. Let me say this. We hold George Mannawea responsible when he said that people are doing girlfriend and boyfriend. We're on the show laughing and we beat on George Mannawea. When Bati Yanswa died because of the report, we ran with it. Let's be fair. The same pathologists that did the autopsy of Emmanuel, the same men are doing this thing today. Oh, you're in Polo, the report. Oh, you're in Polo, the report. They Polo, the report. Unity Party said, we agree. Emmanuel, they put Bati Yanswa report up. Fumi saying he agreed. They put Gefty Lama and Abba Peter report up. Fumi said he agreed. But I didn't want Fumi agree on. I mean, to be frank, though, that's me. Colonel Gray would never agree with those reports. The conversation was CDC killed those people. The three missing boss, we agree. Joel needed a kid. But today, we must agree to the other report. Why SIM card gone? SIM card gone too. Check up. Disappear. Who took it? We are relying on a security personnel say the man killed us at Yeri. I took poison. The man has swallowed the poison. He told like a sweater. He still telling the security, I took poison. Then somebody said, Mali, all I want to ask a woman whether she's the main wife. Are you kidding me? Mali, oh! And the other question that is interesting to my brother Fubi, are you the real woman or are you the fake woman? Somebody said, Mali, oh! And ask the woman why she left the hospital. Guys, I will say this, and I know everybody, I know y'all will be me. I love you guys too. But I will say this. This is on the Unity Party. I will end with this briefly, and then Emmanuel, you'll come in. When John Weah, he was accused of building 48 condominiums in his first year going to his second year, maybe a first year. 48 condominiums. If you count it, I think I'm only 18 standing up. In Joseph Yima first year, he built a $10 million 4-year mansion. Emmanuel, it's the equivalent to wickedness. Unsolved mystery, Gefty Lama, may her soul rest in peace. And I always talk to her husband. Unsolved mystery, Albert Peter. Unsolved mystery, Bati Yanswa. I always talk to his family, our brother, our friend, what's his name, Datu, in Rhode Island. We beat on the government. This is Joseph Yima Baka Unsolved mystery. This is it. That the government can come up with their position and their finding. This is Unity Party Unsolved. Yeah, I say it. Emmanuel, take it away. I say it. And anybody say, Stanton, you wrong, then ask Gregory and Oswald Toy to come up with a report. This is the Joseph Yima Baka. This is the Unity Party Unsolved mystery. And I'm sorry, that's my belief. So they can come up with their findings, be transparent enough. This one is on them. You didn't give any report to the web. You didn't invite them for questioning. You didn't tell exactly what is happening with this pathology report. You flash everything out there. You the judge, you the jury, you the executioner, you everything. You took away the same card. Who had in the same card, nobody know. Who deleted the phone, nobody know. Then you gave us a spider story. What man was working in your office, the man spied on his phone, Emmanuel. Then the man saw his phone DJP number that had the people who went on the phone. Who are listening to that kind of story? Who in the right mind, right, telling the Liberian people that Emmanuel George, Stanton Witherspoon have a phone, but somebody in my office spying me every day when I put my PIN number in, and the person get all the PIN number, but the same PIN number they get the wife, they're not working. Emmanuel, take it away. Let's hear your closing. God will decide one day.
Yes, and as we continue to think about these cases, we cannot but look at a lot of past history looking at these government, Unity Party and the CDC governments. Look, we have Harry Greaves, Michael Addison, Gifty Lamont, Abra Peters, Matthew Ennis, Emmanuel Batu Yenswa, George Fambutu, Melvin Early, Zenu Miller, and now we have Anwar Futlu. The Liberian people have to make a serious decision because we cannot continue to have government and have all these mysteries and find it difficult for us to find solutions to this problem. We need to start thinking seriously about leadership in our country. That life could have been saved if that gentleman had proper care. I think he passed away because of the lack of first responder and proper care. And I want to debunk the issue of whether that his wife, the fact that the police recognize her, the fact that his boss recognized her, and the fact that the security people in the compound recognize her, it means she has a huge level of legitimacy in his life. So there's nothing to question about her relationship, knowing the line of people who recognize her in this process. I grieve with the family. I grieve with the widow. I pray that the Almighty God will strengthen her, whether it's God or the Almighty Allah, will strengthen the family as they go through this process. But in the last couple of years, under the Unity Party administration and other administration, we have seen a lot of mysterious death in our country that is continuously unanswered. And there's a need for us to have a proper government in place that will answer these questions for the Liberian people. Liberian people, this is the situation. I have named them: Harry Greaves, Michael Addison, Gifty Lamont, Abel Peters, Emmanuel Ennis, Emmanuel Bete Yenswa, Matthew Ennis, George Fambutu, Melvin Early, Zeno Miller, and now Anwar Futlu. Thank you.
I just get a report from the family. Those two phones they were personal phone. It wasn't for both of our parties. They are watching the show. The two phone, it was Mr. Futlu personal phone, and that's why they brought it back and gave it to the web. Akaris, let's hear you. Then we move to the other. And thank God they are watching, by the way. Akaris.
Yeah, stand on. You know, when a group of people think that it's supposed to kind of praising an administration, and we're supposed to cheer and clap along with them, it's dangerous for democracy. These are anti-democrats supporting totalitarianism. Bunch of praise singers. The police or the autopsy or whatever said no external injury. If you're a good investigator and the woman brought to the attention, and probably if she were an investigator or just ask, should I explain? His shirt, according to her, his shirt was torn up. Bruises on his side. People say we should believe the police report and don't listen to her. It doesn't matter. What matters is what the investigation. But they did not ask for any question. What kind of maximum stupidity is that? That you go investigate the subject matter and you will not speak to the wife that the man live at that house, here, the woman or the children are in our house, or the people that live in our house. What was his situation, his condition, whether they had confusion that night or that morning. But yet come over report. It's disgraceful to come over an autopsy report or the Justice Ministry issuing a press release or even a miniature of respect to the family to tell them, oh, get a report here. Y'all come to talk about it, they have a conversation with you before we publish it. You heard the lady say that somebody just forwarded to her from Facebook. What kind of rudeness is that to question whether the woman is the legitimate wife? What kind of rudeness is that? Is that how you can defend your government?
You don't even know her, but you come and say that question. Some of you people who talking, the justice minister and the police director said the boys who got joined in 2020, that natural cause, nothing happened. But you're still saying, Joe, we are to their kidney and ran with it. Where were you? You hypocrites. What did you say about them? Maximum hypocrisy. You think the labyrinth was stupid or the drinking water through their nose? People are listening to this platform. They believe in our scientific logic. You think they send out to school 8 hours school fee that some of you couldn't make 0 in class? They teach you how to help you to pass? What kind of rudeness is this?
I mean, let's go ahead. We hold you. We call you to order.
Please, I beg you.
No. We'll call you to order. We will call you to order. We'll call you to order. Get back on the subject.
When calling my name, you don't call people to order. But wait.
No, I do. Get back on the subject, please.
Yeah. The subject matter is that those who are even questioning the woman marital status should be ashamed of themselves. I was clear that the guy was killed. I said the government killed him. If your ears were switched off, I didn't ask you for it to be switched off. It's not my responsibility if you have problem of such. You sat here, you maximum hypocrites. And you said auditors were killed. Even when the Americans came out with a report, the Americans' involvement into it, you still question that. But you come on this show like a hypocrite because you're looking for a government job to be paid 3,000 US or 2,000 US, and you want to attack a character who understands the exigence and nitty-gritty of Liberian body politics. Where were you when we were discussing the national political culture of this country? Some of you escaped this country. Kill people in this country, specialize in killing. Or men who drank Costa Soda will come outside. What kind of naivety is that? The men who committed suicide will run outside and say, oh, I drank Costa Soda, I drank Costa Soda. Then the security men will just run around and call the police. They're talking to the hospital, the police, Fidelity. The lady had to come to take her husband to JFK. It shows the ineptitude, the unprofessionalism of the police itself. You're not questioning all of these critical things. Look at the country today. See how mysteriously that man was killed. And critical minds are questioning that. Don't you think it's essential? Just by the latest statement today has opened a new wave for investigation. Didn't the Justice Minister know that they did not speak to her? Didn't the Justice Minister know that? You come out, you say suicide prematurely. Without even autopsy, they concluded that was suicide. That was the conclusion by the investigators. Who are the investigators? What happened to the phone? It's an integral part of the investigation. But somebody say we must myopically come here and believe the investigation. But you did not believe the investigation of the same people who are in the police. The same people who are in the police on the CBC time, they did investigation. Even the police director you were appointed recently and the justice minister you appointed recently, he came out with an investigation and corroborated with what the CBC investigated under their government. You still question it. You open your mouth and say, we are to your K auditor and whatsoever, and you so must be nice. Mr. Blue Shirt, you think we came on this show to be nice? You think I won't be nice at the detriment of the ordinary masses walking on the sidewalk? You think how nice we want to be? You think how patriotic we want to be beggars?
When is Greg going to stop drinking?
My man, hold on, we're talking when you're talking about it.
No, but Stan had the show and he left giving his charge.
No, be responsible.
Vendetta is in
I don't
charge.
want to interrupt y'all. Listen to all of y'all. Hold on, you were doing your own.
No, but you keep repeating.
No, but you see, gentlemen, y'all want to spoil the show. That's why y'all want. That's my job. That I'm a politician. You're not a politician. You're just a hustler. So hold on when we're talking. But what we are saying here is for people who claim to be members of Liberia national security in the past, to not even question why the phone was not called for why they didn't bring the phone, to not even question that the lady have flagged an issue. But you become one-dimensional in your mentality. A dangerous one-dimensional thing of that because I'm backing Joseph Boyka for job, I must be able to defend everything that comes out of the government, even at the detriment and survival of the state. It was right yesterday, but today, no, it ain't right.
10 seconds, Honorable Gray.
And you call us at Carroll's Grade when we were going to school. Some of you were scoring 0, were scoring 100. I don't can't question anybody intellectual capacity here because you don't have the cognitive faculty. Don't go that direction.
Thank you,
Some of
Honorable.
you don't have that.
Whose time? Is my time now?
Some of you don't have that.
Canon.
Canio.
Yeah, I'm here. So it's my time to take it home from my end, eh? Yeah, I think it's been a quite emotional conversation. You know, I'm always aware that even though we are like looking at this from different angles, but somebody actually died. And I think that is something to always keep front and center, that a man lost his life, that a family is grieving, and there is pain. And we're just all from different angles trying to find the best way to approach it. And that's why for me, I always advance, you know, that our argument should be couched in balance, right, with the evidence. I know we can all raise, you know, interpretations, but let it be grounded in the evidence. Secondly, I think on this platform, we have a responsibility not to inflame tensions when there's no substantiated basis for doing such, and not to make certain types of accusations that are unbacked by the evidence, that are just flagrant accusations. Even though, I mean, Stanton raised a number of issues. He said, look, I think more could be done. There are a couple of questions to be asked. Where's the full report? I think those are valid questions. But to jump from there to the kid man, you know, these people are wicked, the kid man, you know, how do you go from there are questions to be asked to the kid man, and you making these kind of unsubstantiated accusations? I think at this level, where the country is listening, where people tensions can be inflamed, and we all know that we have freedom of speech, but that speech cannot be abused in such a way that it incites violence or it creates chaos in society. So if you say they kill the man, as soon as somebody kill the man, who the person who killed the man? The hotel killed the man? The police killed the man? Who killed the man? And if the people get angry and start to rise up and go for the police and attack police officers, do we hold Akaras responsible for this kind of insightful and inflammatory comments? Borderline irresponsible? I don't think there's more that is required of us at this level, and we should begin to exhibit that. So all I can say is, like I just want them to say, if there are some other gray areas that I think the police and those who are in charge should probably take a hard look and think also that, look, it's about building confidence in the system. It's UP today, it could be any other party tomorrow, but the people need to believe that those who provide for their security are actually doing a good and unbiased job. I think for me, that's what's important. Not because it's UP, so we say, oh, they get a man. No, you know, that's not how we approach, we should approach such things. So again, my heart goes out to the family. And I'd like to close Stanton by saying, I'll be in Ganta tomorrow for the Bar Assembly, the Bar Convention tomorrow. So internet may not be the best there, because it's going to be quite a very active and turning out to be a very interesting convention. Now with the president being appointed to government and still president of the bar, there's a lot of conversations going on. So we will be there in Ganta tomorrow to participate as well. So we may not have the access. We'll definitely stay in touch. But the last point is CEO, you know, these kind of unsubstantiated accusations have the tendency to provoke violence. And I know you always say everybody here responsible for what they say the network isn't responsible. You always say that, right? But you know, calling Akaras and others who will make these kinds of baseless accusations to check is also the responsibility of those of us who are here. And so I think I like to end on that particular note.
Can you let everybody remember? Listen, you say your own, the mess say your own. Can you know the party government came to power because of these propaganda? Joe, didn't say why they doing there, why y'all keep that in check. It's a fair game. It's politics.
Well, I know what my position was at the time, and Akaras knows what my position was at the time.
What your position beside horse?
I'm not
I asked you to say that thing about that talk.
But are you telling me you ask me?
We got to bring in
I know your position. I don't know your position.
We got to bring in Fidela Patrick, but I just saying to you.
Lawyer, look at
I just saying to you, what goes around comes around. But
I got you are the biggest hustler. You the one who got all of the government.
That you're here with me. The government have to do more. Mr. Patrick's. But man, T, you still on probation. Your senior man ain't told you they ain't do your holiday. That's how you can do it. Fendela that your senior man, Fubi that your senior man. They ain't told you you want kind of talk. You even made 2 days on your probation. Yeah, you fell in the talk.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Imperative to clarify a few things. We have a motto here: you talk your own, I talk my own. And nobody's opinion here is more superior than others. And the issue of trying to circumvent the discussion when expressed opinions are made, I think is completely counterproductive. We're giving our opinion. This is a code of public opinions. Why you say, I don't like it, but I have to respect because of the civility we bring on the show. With that being said, I still maintain that the wife and the owner of Bolivar Palace should be subjected to intensive investigation. Given the narratives provided here by the wife, and to defeat the argument as to the irrelevance, why people should not ask as to whether the woman is the wife of the deceased. In every hospital setting, when a man claims to be married, or when that individual expired in any medical facility, they look at a man's medical record, you have emergency contact, you have next of kin. Usually, the wife is the primary contact in everything. You live in the States, even here, the next of kin, if the man is married, is the wife. So to establish the legitimacy of the money provided here by the woman believed to be the wife of the deceased, it is imperative to ask this question to establish as to whether she is the legitimate wife. So there's nothing wrong with that. If this court surfaces, the matter surfaces in court, this woman will have to prove beyond reasonable doubt with testimonial documents that I am the legitimate wife of the deceased. That's a fact. So if somebody trying to establish as to whether this is the wife, there's no problem with that.
Can I just say something real quick, VP? You say in flat, I do believe that. Let me say something, right? VP, on the document, on the pathologist report, in the history, because that was also established. It was established. It's right there. We just surprised that maybe you guys didn't read it or you jump over it. There's no need to ask. This is what it said, and they included her name. Look at the first page. I beg you, VP, I know you still speaking, but it's only good for us to do this. Who all were present? And it says, I read, Monrovia Monserrato, the first paragraph, Monserrato County Library on the body of said outward footloop on the date and time stated above, The body was identified by Mofin Kagir Futlu, wife of the deceased. It's there. How can we miss this? No, VB, I beg you, give me 10 more seconds. I want to be on the record now. Because we're going around, maybe my brother Fubi, missed this one. He saw everything. Maybe Vendetta, you missed it. So let's be very clear. They have recognized Mofi to be the wife. It's on the document. Shall we proceed? Your Honor.
So with that being said, somebody not missing the mark and asking a legitimate question, even without autopsy report, the matter surfaces in court, the wife will still have to prove to the court beyond reasonable doubt that she is the legitimate wife. She has to produce testimonial documents. It was just simple to say it's in the report and let's move on, rather than castigating somebody.
Nobody castigating you. Nobody castigating you.
I'm not saying me. We have to respect each other.
Yeah, but nobody castigating you.
I thought there's no interruption.
No, but we shouldn't do this. No, we shouldn't do this. We have in the first paragraph, it's very clear, and you guys love to read history. You love to read Julius Caesar. You love to read Baltimore, Mara in the Casal Path, and you'll come here missing this very important information in the first paragraph, and you want to say we are castigating somebody. You didn't see it, now you see it, let it go. She's the wife.
So no, listen.
The police document referenced her as the wife. The pathology report referenced her as the wife. Now you looking for a second woman for the man?
No, listen to me, please. I don't. Sometimes you make the law to suit yourself.
Yeah,
you don't let people to interject.
The law. Yeah.
You don't let people to interject, and this is a high degree of lack of emotion.
Lack of what?
I completely dislike that. When
you say lack of what?
No, yeah.
But man, listen. Everything you can show
no, you don't let people to interrupt. So let me finish. Let me talk my own. You talk your own. Why
you are doing something willfully. You need to accept the correction. The document that I share with you recognize this woman as the wife. What in this document you didn't see? You want us to run with this story and waste our time?
No, I'm not saying it's not. I said somebody not knowing it. You can't force the person to know it. Just tell the person that, look, it's in the report and we move on. I was just trying to say that even if this document goes to court, it has to be validated. Not because somebody wrote so it's a fact. And what I'm also saying, you don't let people to interrupt, and I don't like that.
You don't let that at a business back. We having a conversation here, my man. Leave me alone.
But at least I call you to order tonight. At least I make that point clear.
We didn't get your internet.
Another thing I want to make clear here is, I'm in sympathy with the wife. It's not a good thing that you lost your husband, but she needs to be thoroughly investigated. She gave the phone to the owner of Boulevard Palace. She did not explain beyond that. And after 3 months, the phone was returned, no SIM card. We are hearing it. This tonight. Your husband's life is at stake. He lost his life. Nobody, in many instances, family will speak out. These kinds of circumstances, you took the man's phone. The phone is not for the company. It's the man's private property. So the family is entitled to that. Requesting that phone alone, in my mind, I can presume to say it was meant to distort or evidence. So the police have to thoroughly investigate the manager of Boulevard Palace why that phone was taken, knowing that that was his private phone and it was not a company phone. Thank you.
My brother Vandela Patrick, thank you. I agree with you on that last statement. Sometimes I agree, sometimes I disagree, but I agree with you. I think more question to that. Mr. Fubi, did you read it? They recognize the woman as the Webster.
Yeah, so nothing wrong with that recognizing her as a wife. The woman spoke. The woman spoke and she didn't mention the last name. She only called the first Murphy, took her and she said, I'm your wife. On that basis, that why I asked whether she's the legitimate wife, because she didn't mention the last name as mistress. Yes. So I'm not wrong for questioning that. But the point on the issue of the phone, why Boulevard Palace took the phone or took the SIM card, first thing we should get to know here, the man was the CEO of Boulevard Palace. A phone also contained confidential information about the entity. So they also have rights to that to that phone. So not only the wife got right to the phone, they also have right to the phone because the phone contains information about the company because he was the head, the CEO. So we should establish that. Everywhere, once you work somewhere at a high-profile job, a high-profile position, you keep confidential information about that entity. So when you die, the entity also have right to that, to those information because they are company information because you are privileged to certain information that even your wife not supposed to have access to. So nothing. So you can just already say the wrong for taking the phone, you know. So on the other one, the police did their job. The woman was not on the scene when the guy allegedly took in the substance that they say he bought from Boulevard, from Habel supermarket. So she was not merely a person of interest when it comes to that whole surrounding, because she was not on the scene, she was not there. The security guard at the place that I saw the guy and called the police in, he was the one, probably the only eyewitness, or if there were other eyewitnesses, he was the only one. And he reported to the police helped and took the body firstly to Fidelity. Later on, she went there and saw her husband and took him from there to JFK, and they resuscitated him to some extent. And later on, she left and went home, and he died afterwards. So I don't doubt those accounts because there was also verification in that process. So when we come and speak, we can come here and speak because we say we talk people down. People were failing in school and teacher were helping them. No, some of the teacher didn't help us. We got the promotion. We graduated first place. We graduated cum laude from college. So we're not just talking because we want to talk. We're talking because we got head and got brains. We're giving our own opinions on issues. You give your opinion. For me, I respect your opinion as a politician because I know I don't expect you to say anything positive about the government because your government will also deal with the same direction. And for the record, I didn't criticize, we are in the depth of those auditors or all the other people that are dying. And there are certain things that are not true. I said, look, politics will play, but certain things we just have to respect it. There will be a lot of unresolved death and mysterious death cases around the world, not only Liberia. Because some of these things, when there is no eyewitness, you can't do anything other than that. You only discuss the issue, we debate it, but at the end of the day, it will just end up in some kind of way because there was no eyewitness and the dead body cannot speak. That's the sad part. So we wish the family well and we wish them give them our sympathy. But that's not true. Thank you.
Fubi, that's not true. Fubi, that's not true. Fubi, every day here in America, you can ask Conor Gray, the people suffering these unsolved mysteries, they're going back. They are following the new technology. We don't have it in Liberia, that's all.
After 20 years.
They still solve it. Let me
after 20 years. So let's wait for 20 years. Maybe after 20 years, we'll find out.
You see this guy.
After 20 years, you say, something happened like this one day. Today,
Conor Gray, this guy is in Burkina Faso having fun. Let's move on. Continue to close in Conor Gray on this issue.
Yeah, Stanton, you see, some of the same reason why some people thought we matriculated in the army in 1990 is because of patriotism. Anytime the state is attacked, regardless who is president, some of us will put on that uniform and go defend the state. Even though I joined the army way earlier, but because of patriotism, I could have just fled the scene and gone, like the chief of staff of the army then, or his deputy, Queen Bawa Ikona, may their souls rest in peace. But when we talk about patriotism, people should not question. That's why brought me the spoon. When people here were trying to close spoon, we say it will not happen. We jump to the patriotism of the state to sustain spoon. Today's spoon is a platform where anybody can kind of talk rubbish. It's okay. And for somebody like me, a thorough scholar, will sit and join the ordinary people to say organ transplant. Do you know what it takes to transfer organ from one person to the other? I.e. someone's pancreas or their liver or their kidney. There has to be so many tests and there has to be a match before you can do it. Then a scholar like me will join the ordinary people to say, Mr. President then, killed 3 boys to take their. How many kidney does one need for me to think he would knock 3 people down and take? I mean, those kinds of that childish way of discussing. Let's go to the issue. The issue here is clear enough. It's clear enough. I know there are people who may not like me. Look, Jesus Christ was not loved by everybody. That's why he was executed. Everybody will not like you, but people will somehow, kind of admire you for standing your ground. I don't think, Mr. President, we had any reason for jumping into the Liberian leadership. And I still hold that belief because that guy brought us back. The gains we make from Madam Salif, he brought us way back. We're climbing out of that. But let me go to this issue. This issue, I cannot go and re-victimize the woman who has lost a dear, very close family member. Can't re-victimize her, by accusing her. But clearly, she was one of the last people that stood there and saw the man ending his life. Now, we don't know how he died. The cause of death can only be proven by other professionals, like those who conducted the autopsy. Look, there are times when the princess, what's her name, Princess something name came up when she was killed. I believe those guys they sounded so credible. There were like two or so people. There are times when it's a give and take. But when a professional comes forward and conduct their profession, who am I to go disprove them? I got specialty. I can't go doubt Dr. Cooley. He sounds so credible. I look at the report, and he was thorough and detailed. Now, if you have counter, bring it. We're scholars who can be informed by antithesis, disagreement, agreement. We can look at the 2 reports and say yes. Well, you don't have anything. Then you want me to go like the layman down the street, man, to just believe it because you get strong more? Yeah, man. Why did
Thank you very much, Colonel. Thank you, Colonel Gray. Let me just announce, look, we got some interruption on Facebook or interruption by way of Strivia. So we'll consider this as our closing. We are not on Facebook, but we're on YouTube and we're on the radio. It just happened, by the way, and we are investigating. But as you can see, we are not on Facebook and we are on YouTube and on the radio. But I want to appreciate it's like 6 minutes to 12 a.m. We tell our brother T. Unokai from Galo to do his closing on this topic. Brother T.
Thank you, Stan. Again, my heart goes out to the family of the bereaved. It's a very unfortunate thing that happened. When you were gone, you were probably taking a call for about 7 to 9 minutes. Gray used that time to vent at everybody here. He threw a lot of insult. Go and listen to the replay. That's the reason why you're hearing all the responses. Blue shirt here is a job hustler. When I was in ABC, he was telling political science. When he's talking, we should not talk. He said a lot of bad things to everybody. We're looking for you to pause him. You were not there. That's fine. When 15 years ago, my son entered the university and tried to study political science, it was because of people like Karas Gray that I said to my son, don't study political science. There was a politician during World War II. His name was Joseph Goebbels. He was a very dishonest man. He only cared about what interests his party. If the whole nation can go down burning because of the things, the very inflammatory things that he said, he didn't care. He just said, I'm a politician, I'm a politician. If he was here today, he would be all with the they killed that man, they killed that. He would say exactly that. The reason that some of us have come on this show, I hope for this opportunity, is because this show educates people a lot in this country. You know, I may appear here with a baby face, but I believe it's very likely that I'm the second or third oldest person on this show. I've come here with sufficient sophistication. I'm a candidate for PhD in leadership. And when we come to this
you always say this since you came on the show. Who lied to you and say you get baby face?
People always say, Stan, you keep interrupting. Hold on one second, man. So when we come to discuss issues, we try to bring honesty and sincerity. Yes, the political implication and all of that, trying to make a party happy is necessary. But there's a family grieving. There is a family grieving. And when we say things that have no basis and we just throw inhumane accusations out there consistently 3 nights in a row, I don't think this is healthy. So in my closing, all I want to say here tonight is that when I commented earlier and said that the family should request the investigation details from the police, that's not technically how it's supposed to be. The police should have served them. But I'm just saying for due diligence, to be able to serve it to their lawyer, to be able to discuss it with more family members and get to the bottom of what happened, I think there are still more questions. There are definitely still more questions as a question that I think that the family deserve better, but it is not okay to just keep saying, hey, I'm a politician. CDC will succeed. This government will fail. They killed this man. They should step out. It's not okay. At the end of the day, this show is strong because of the people that come on here and the way the issues are discussed and the way you handle it. You pass the topic, people discuss it, they give their view, you go back around. The Liberian people are following the show all around the world. They're enjoying it. My conclusion is that there are questions and those questions need to be answered and the family should pursue answer. That's basically all I had to say for this moment on the basis of the information that we have received.
I want to say thanks to all of you. It's been a great day, been a great show. 2 minutes to 12 a.m. in the country. We appreciate you on this one topic. Thanks to the family of Mr. Footloop. Indeed, the wife Murphy came on. She spoke. The information there, people will listen. But what goes around comes around, folks. I appreciate all of you. CDC was beaten on. We beat on them. You know, it wasn't good. The CDC wasn't happy, but it's the terrain. But we are seeing the same reason why the people remove seditions and remove Jowiak. We are seeing it today, or even worse. So we can come to a place and realize that this is the Liberia we all, and Liberia deserve better. We'll say this even when the next government comes to power. The next election is 2029. Probably Unity Party will be done, or probably CDC not coming back. Who knows a third option? The Musa Benedict, the Alexander Cummings, maybe they will come. What would be your position? What will you say? Why can't we look at the mistake of CDC and do better? But we are looking at the mistake of CDC to say, we're doing our own mistake too, Okanyo, but we're doing it lesser than what CDC did for 6 years. That's not what the people ask you to come for. The argument is, so the CDC town, couple arrests for $100. Our town, couple arrests, that $99.99, 1 cent different. What's that? CDC time, the allegation, they killed 5 people. Our time, we killed only 2. These are our arguments. We should do better. And that's why they say rescue. Can you tell me whether Mr. Antoine Footlaw was rescued? Rescued in the grave? I feel for his family. A very decent man. Good man. Whenever we travel to Liberia, man, that man gave us food. He said to drink. The man said, thank you. You don't have to pay for this. We'll give you 2 rooms free. The man was so nice. He was so generous. He gone. 6-year-old, the boy got no power no more. The mother is around the early 30s. She got to live the rest of her life, and the son got to live with other father. We don't have no report from the police station, no report from the Ministry of Justice, none. SIM card disappeared. But you want us to believe that's one of the best investigations ever. Can you imagine? SIM card gone. Vermouth. What was on that SIM card? You would never find it. This death is suspicious. This death that Joseph Numa Boaka unsolved mystery. Yeah, they can get back with me and my Uncle Joe. That they can solve this. This is on President Boaka. That's his unsolved mystery. Joel Bay, 18 condominiums, who say were 48. Joseph Boaka Bay, 10 million. Marshall and Lofa County. That's the comparison. We can go down the line. We can go down the line. Today, look what happened with the LACC. We couldn't get to 180,000 given to one of the staff for security intelligence. What's Samuel Tuai going to go for? Not the same security intelligence money. Can you imagine? But 180,000 given to one Elton Livingstone. We'll discuss it tomorrow. By LACC for security intelligence. But under George Banaway government, the central bank will put your money for security too. Samuel Tuai was signing checks, but Samuel Tuai got to go to court. So are we saying that we're going to take Alexander Zoe to court in the next government for talking about security intelligence? Emmanuel, the party are the same. CDC and UP are the same man, same party children.
No, the West is explaining us.
There's no reason why we should come out and do this. The only question remains, who eating more? That's all, Emmanuel. I watched about $364 million probably for a deal, something that you will never see. The man stay waiting for money from from Senegal, Gambia, before he can come to the country. I watched any person at the Yombli Kanga Lawrence in Nigeria looking for Oranto Uno to give her a kickback for her to come pass Uno Oranto deal. What kind of government we have? And we turn it to be a rescue government. You think the Liberian people are stupid? That rescue team is done. But we'll come back tomorrow by God's grace. We'll hold on together. We'll fight. We'll argue. And that I love you, my brother. Thank you very much for coming. And I appreciate you on the show every evening. There are Karis mostly great. Thank you. Connor Ed,
to live in the kitchen because there's a political kitchen.
Wonokai Fangalo. Thank you for joining us. You do not have baby face. Your face is hard like a rock, a man from Neymar. Anybody tells you get baby face, they want money from you. Don't give it to them.
I'm pretty sure they can see on the app, they can see that. I don't know.
They want money from you. Trust me. Fubi area, I want to appreciate you.
Started born at early age. You forgot about that. You're 14-year-old.
Thank you. I must say I agree with all of you guys that follow us today. May God bless you, may God keep you, and may God save our state.
Great
to see you, but young. So
now we're looking for a wife.
I see you, man.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
One expect.
Good night. Tell me on that.
Okay, folks, that's it. That's all the time we have to be here on this edition of the Spoon Talk. You can join us later today for another edition of the program on behalf of the entire management team here, the production team. My name is Yekezi Zobe, bearing your place, and goodbye. Thanks for following the show. Thanks to you, Adama H. Jaliba. Thanks to Aden Adon. Thanks to just all of you, for following the show live on our YouTube channel. Again, I'm Yekezi, bidding you a pleasant goodbye from Otis Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. Bye-bye.